or your clients in a safe, wholesome manner. Rendezvous ribs are perfect for out-of-town clients, customers, loved ones. We also ship ribs for any occasion.
Where do we order these great ribs?
You can go to www.hogsfly.com or give us a call at 1-888-464-7359.
Charlie Burgos' Rendezvous Restaurant in the alley since 1948.
Welcome to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmonston and Anthony Sane on Sports 56, 98.5 and 96.1. It's time to get your day started. Live from the Family Leisure Studios, here are Pete and Sane.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. What up, everybody?
What's up out there, man?
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Go, baby. Go on,
Ladies, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, fellas? What's up? What's up?
Bro, if you could perfect that voice in like the late 90s, early 2000s, you had something going. You get this.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go. Like everybody.
Come on, let's get it. Yeah, baby.
Oh, that booty. Like if you can do that.
Drop it down.
But then they talking don't sound nothing like that.
No,
But
hey man, what's going on? How you doing? Great to see you. Oh, baby.
You had to be able to do that voice to make money, man. Like the mid 90s, like oh yeah.
The butterfly. Oh, no, no. Let me see your tootsie roll.
Can I get a number
Like,
2 fries? With the Coke? And that
So
booty girl.
Is that where Dick Vitale got to start?
I don't know. Might have did.
He's like, oh, baby. Oh, baby.
Maybe
DPTP, baby.
maybe all the rappers from that era like got that from Dick Vitale. I don't know. Can I get a number 2?
PTP, baby.
Go. And some of that booty girl.
Make that booty drop.
Yeah, man.
Do that.
Yep.
Give me that dope, give up them big old legs.
Zach, like what? Zach, you know the era of music we're talking about?
Yeah.
It was like post the New Jack Swing.
Yeah.
And it was like this that
It's like Quad City DJs, like 69 Boys, like 95 South.
Yep.
The bass. Come on, let's slam, and welcome to the jam.
The bass era, the Miami Atlanta bass.
Oh,
era.
the Miami, it's Miami Atlanta.
Yeah.
It's like 95 South, like Freak Nasty, like all that stuff.
Two Live Crew started all that, but yeah, it's just
that's Luther Campbell. That's Luther Campbell's deal right there. But Freak Nasty's like, you put your hand up on my hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip.
I think we kind of like if you really look at the era, like the stuff that Uncle Luke did, like he really. Mm-hmm. We talk about Master P being underappreciated. Uncle Luke kind of pioneered some stuff too, man. Like he took.
Well, I mean, he was. You talk about pioneer against censorship and all that stuff.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
he was a strong pioneer against censorship.
All the stuff you see.
They told him all these police, like if you perform this song, we're gonna arrest you on stage. And he did.
Yep, like all the stuff you see today in videos, like he really kicked all of it up. Like he made it. He made it okay for hip hop to be party music. Like. He brought that back. Like, okay. So
and apparently he drove around in a bus that the doors were 2 butt cheeks. And people would emerge from the butt cheek. So there's also that innovation. That's right.
Hey, we
that's
salute
right
today.
well.
Hold on.
So.
Cue me up. Cue me up. The Memphis Grizzlies in association with the Miami Heat. That's what we need to do, but we need to have Heat versus Grizzlies on MLK
in association
Day.
with Booty.
with butt cheeks. Salute
With
Luther
butt
Campbell
cheeks.
for making the ass. For introducing the ass to hip hop. The rest is history.
The butt cheeks legacy award goes to Luther Campbell.
But
First
for real
time
though,
we've given this one away.
like I've been kind of talking to Cole, but Luther Campbell introduced big butts to hip hop. Like this has been,
It's been on
ever since here. It's been
No
on ever
question.
since here, man. Like, come on, man, it's a pioneer.
Oh,
He had his own show. Luke's Peep Show was on like pay-per-view. Like,
man.
come on, man. He introduced
Man.
big butts to hip hop. Like, what are we talking about? That
now
dude is-
he's a coach. Now
Yeah.
he's a high school football coach.
Really?
In addition to yeah.
Oh man, that was fun. We do this every day.
Come on, let's raise the roof. Come on, let's raise the roof. Come on, let's raise the roof.
I told somebody this
Yeah.
weekend that we don't like this. Just kind of happens. Like we never sit up and play like this crazy stuff.
No, no. I've told you.
Oh, man.
That's my theory on all of this stuff is that it needs to just happen.
Yep.
If it's best when it just happens.
We
You can't
get
force
the
it.
top of the morning mojo, bro. You know what I mean? So
It's just what it is.
Yeah.
You got to let it happen. You can't. It's there. When it's there, it's great, and it's there. Yeah, that's what it is. You can't fake it. You just got to.
oh man, that's we salute Luther Campbell, aka Uncle Luke, the pioneer of bringing big booties to hip hop. He come out there crying with two like genetically engineered women on his side, just in there with
Yeah,
tears
he's
on
like
his eyes.
got two giant women with just incredible. He takes the award and he places it on one of the butts,
yeah,
like next to
they're
on the
twerking,
ladies, like
holding
yeah,
the
you just
award up.
hold it right there. Yeah, hold it right there. Let me hold that for me, would you? Okay, let me talk on this for a second.
Oh man,
Let me speak on this for a little
Oh,
bit here,
man.
and they play. What if they played like a very slowed down version of like Hoochie Mama, like a very like a doom doo doom doo doom
Yep.
doom doo doom doom doo with like such a tribute video. She
Yeah.
ain't nothing but a Hoochie Mama. It's like- emotions just
They're about that, don't stop, get it.
get it. Don't stop, get it.
The joint he did with French Montana.
Nasty as we wanna be.
Oh man. But
Me so horny.
speaking of booty, the Milwaukee Bucks
Yeah.
last night got
The
trampled.
Milwaukee Bucks were sponsored by butt cheeks as well.
By
They were straight
BFI.
cheeks. They were, yeah.
A BFI
They were-
juice.
Ooh.
Oh man.
Ugh, God, that was. Boy, you missed the days of BFI. Huh? They don't do anything anymore. I mean,
No,
it's
it's
now,
all-
now Memphis residents can't even get recycling
No.
picked up, and it's BFI back in the day. BFI, hey, no problem.
No problem. Yep.
Yeah, well, they were straight up garbage juice. Awful. We'll talk about it. Today, it's going to be rainy today. The weather's going to be similarly garbage for the day. Mostly rainy most of the day. Pretty much all day it's supposed to rain. So there might be a small pocket around lunchtime where you might get a little help. But yesterday was supposed to rain and it held off for pretty much the entire day, and then it came down last night. So maybe it'll hold off. I hope so, but it doesn't look like it. I'll put it that way. Zach, what do you think? In the traffic world, what do you think? Do you think it's going to be rain? Should folks slam into each other's cars today or not?
I hope not. Like, let's not. Like,
Okay.
Let's
All right.
not.
You sure you don't want that?
no.
Yeah, you know, he
no.
gets a
It's
little
gonna be-
excited.
Like we're
all
gonna be
right.
dealing with rain for like the next 5 days. So
Yeah.
no.
Oh, baby.
The rain. It's on your brain.
Come on, let's rain. It's time to bring the pain.
What's
It's time for rain.
It's on your brain. But for real though, that's like the voice you had to have a hit back in the day.
I just like Cameron Payne.
And it was always like that. There would always be that dude's song with some like whoever could be rapping, but it was.
And then typically there was like some woman would come in and be like, and it's time to go, it's time to do it now. And it's like, okay, all right. And then she comes in and does her little part,
Yep.
and it's that's right. I said freak it. I said freak it. we South African. You know,
and you never
just
knew who
put
these
that-
people were. Like back then, these people had features, and it was like you didn't know who these.
Yeah.
Like
No.
they didn't come out and drop another
No one-
album. It was just, like
No.
that was just a chick singing on whatever. Yeah.
This is just that's what she was. She just
You
that's
never
that's
knew
her
who she
gig
was,
right there.
yeah.
Nope, no one ever saw her. No one ever knew she was never in the video because the videos were basically just a bunch of
Nothing.
women in thongs just bouncing around. That's pretty much what it was. Yeah, fantastic. That's right.
Salute Uncle Luke, man.
I will once again remind everybody. I've said it before. My movie recommendation of the day. If you enjoyed that era of music, watch Fear of a Black Hat. It's extremely funny.
Oh yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah, I can't remember nothing from it, but
have
I
you seen it?
Yeah.
Oh, you got it. Oh,
It was like
yeah,
it was
I
like
remember.
a mock on NWA or something. No, that
exactly.
was CB4.
Yeah.
I'm talking about. I don't know.
Well, no. It was out similar time as CB4, but it was to me a lot better. Similar kind of thing. It wasn't NWA. It was NWH. For this.
Yeah, you want to go back and watch it. Whatever you're talking about. Now.
Oh, you got to go watch. Oh, you got to go watch it. Especially the explanation of the song "Booty Juice." It's this.
You funny, bro.
It's this mock. It's this mock documentary, and this journalist. She's like, now you've been criticized a lot for these songs and saying they're misogynistic. And
I have seen
you
it. I
always
just
say-
can't remember.
you always say that they have a. You say that they have a bigger, sort of a bigger message. Okay, so she's like, all right, well, that's fine. What's the bigger message in Booty Juice? And he's like, you understand what I'm saying? Like the booty is society. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, how are we supposed to get what's ours? Well, you gotta get things moving down there, right? Well, how you gonna get things moving, huh? With a little booty juice. See, it's about society. There's another song I cannot even possibly say on here. It's fantastic. Go check it out. It's
I remember this movie. I think I saw it. I don't know, man. I know I saw CB4, but yeah, I give you.
Yeah, you saw. Yeah, it came out similar time to CB4, but I think it's a lot better.
Yeah.
To be honest, no knock on Chris Rock, but it's a different vibe to it. Anyway, that era in particular is celebrated. My Peanuts is another good song. Anyway, so just FYI. All right, so we'll talk about the absolute thrashing that the Bucks took last night. Just beat down the Nets without James Harden. Beat them mercilessly, embarrassingly. Oh my God, it was ugly. It was ugly. And the series
There's
is
only
2-0,
one
but
ball,
it
though,
feels,
Peter.
it feels like
the
it's
Nets winning with just one ball.
9-0. Feels like it's 9-0
Yeah,
in
it's
the
over.
series right
They
now.
about to get swept.
We'll see. Sometimes teams come back from this stuff. So we've seen crazy stuff happen before. Like the Nets. You remember the Jazz Bulls series back in the finals, and the Jazz lost by like 42, and then came back and won, and like so. I mean, it happens. But this was a really, really terrible performance from the Bucks and a tremendous one from the Nets. We'll talk about that coming up.
Talking about B, man. It's like you struggling over there today, man.
I got the hiccups. Like I just all of a sudden got hiccups. It was very strange. Then Phoenix knocked off Denver in the nightcap. Close game for a little while, and then Phoenix kind of pulled away. Looked like one team just had a lot more juice. Speaking of booty juice, one team just had a little more juice at the end of the game. Second half, you saw Phoenix start to pull it away, and then just kind of stretched it out. And next thing you know, bam, they got it done. Very balanced effort from the Suns with four players right there around 20 points. Mikal Bridges with 23, 21 each for Chris Paul and Devin Booker. Big finish to the game for Chris Paul as well. 20 and 10 for DeAndre Ayton, who is playing some big-time basketball down the stretch. Nikola Jokic, his worst playoff game, 22 and 9 for Jokic, and nobody else did much of anything for the Nuggets to speak of, as their lack of guard play really jumped up to bite them with Monte Morris, a disastrous stretch. Oh my God! You never say that one guy loses a game for you, Zane, but he might have. 23 minutes off the bench, 1 of 10 from the field, 2 points, was a minus 28 in a 17-point loss, and no one else was worse than a minus 14. He was single-handedly radioactive when he was out there.
Yeah.
That's problematic.
Sometimes plus minus is real, and last night was clearly one of them.
Well, I always tell you guys, here's my situation. plus minus can be deceptive, can be I don't think it's the be all end all. But single game plus minus, it is telling when one person is like particularly good or particularly bad. Like like for example, Aaron Gordon for the Nuggets last night was a +2. All the other starters are like -13, -14. Okay, that tells you that there was some lineups where he was better than the rest. And then when one guy is like off the charts bad and it's only him, then you know that that was a problem.
Right.
You know that's an issue. So I wouldn't use it for any and all purposes, but for stuff like that, I think it is indicative. We'll talk about that series and what that means going forward. We'll talk about the NFL news, including the Julio Jones trade. More on that as it became official yesterday. Also, the discussion about Aaron Rodgers and the Packers continues to swirl. Weird story from the Navy and a kid out of Lausanne who is not being allowed to go and play his professional football. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about Robert Kraft getting a insane birthday present from Meek Mill and Jay-Z, among others, in a wild display of richness. Richness, just being rich, just riching it up on folks. We'll talk about that too here. All of that for all of you. Now you can join us on the First Bank phone line, or rather the phone line 360-8255. You can also hit us up on the text line at 360-8250. I love the fact that the text line and the phone line is the same number. It's very nice, very convenient for all of us. You can chat as well. We hear from our friend Booty Snorkeler, among others, on the chat. And you can hit us up on social media as well. I am at Peter Edmiston. He is at Sane Asylum, and at Rack City Zach, at Sports56 WHBQ. We're all there for all of you. So hit us up however you want to do it. We would love to hear from you throughout. That is what's going on today, this morning. Yes, Anthony Sane. Now, the Milwaukee Bucks.
Get booked.
Get booked.
They ran with that before, huh? Because if they didn't, it's an egregious error if they never did that.
I don't. They might have. They probably done all kinds of stuff that I don't. I mean, in their local market that I don't know about. But I don't know. I'm not sure that their local market is like, going to be as appreciative of get buck as
or
other
Bucky naked.
Might be.
They probably wouldn't fool with Bucky naked. It's time to get Bucky naked. You remember that song? Zach?
Oh yeah.
No.
Google that joint. It was NEKKID then, right? Wasn't it?
Bucky Nakey is what I remember.
Nakey, yeah, he used to say
Bucky
he was saying Bucky
Nakey.
Nakey.
It was like Bucky Nakey is what I remember it. I don't know how you spell it, but that's how I remember it.
Yeah. I remember little kids singing it and saying Bucky Nakey. They didn't know what they was saying. Just singing that joint. That was like 2002, 3, something like that. Yeah, something like that.
No, it was before that. That was like in the mid. That was like 90. Yeah. Oh yeah. I had a mixtape that had all when I was in like freshman in college, so that was like 97, 98. I had that tape, so it would have been. It would have been in that neighborhood.
Dang.
It was out before that. Mm-hmm.
I'm tripping there.
Anyway, Bucky Nakey. They looked Bucky Nakey out there. they got de-pantsed.
Mm-hmm. They definitely looked uncovered for sure.
Whew. I mean,
it's only one ball though, Peter. That's what everybody said. Like,
that's true.
How can the Nets be good with 2 MVPs and Kyrie Irving? Like, how can they possibly be good? It's only one ball. That was the narrative that people was spitting out at the beginning of the season. Oh, no way this is gonna work. Oh, okay. But yeah, Brooklyn they jumped on the Bucks and they jumped on them early. I'm seeing some Kevin Durant is the best player in the league type stuff. Are we ready for that? We hear that.
I don't know if we're ready. I don't know if we're ready for that, but I think that's where we're headed.
Is it possible to say he's the best scorer of all time, but not the best player in this era? He's the best scorer I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, he's the best pure scorer. I mean,
7 feet tall,
period.
Can dribble, he can shoot the ball, he can get to the basket. As far as being an offensive weapon, he's the greatest of all time. I think that's
incredible offense.
But I'm not ready to say that he's the best player in the league. I don't know.
He might be.
But
he might, the way he's playing right now, he might be. He might be. He is. Man. I mean, the weird thing is, man, watching in the playoffs, because of all the stuff that's gone on with Kevin Durant, with all the dumb stuff off the court, all the burner account, all the sensitive social media stuff, all the other nonsense, the discussion about his legacy, the stuff with the Warriors, the fact that he missed so much time because of the pretty nasty injuries. I've forgotten what it's like to just watch him play in high stakes games. And you watch him play, and you're just like, oh my God, this guy! Incredible. How do you deal with this guy? How you cannot guard this man? You can't. I mean, it's impossible. You almost have to be like Tony Allen and be like shorter and like get under the dribble and like you can't because you can't contest. There's no way you can contest his jump shot.
And he's
too tall. He goes up like his arms are long, like he goes up like Dirk. So you can't contest that. You can't contest it. It's not possible to contest a 7-footer with long arms who can. It's not. You can't do it.
And just to break down how good KD is in like tier wise, Michael Porter Jr. can have a game where he goes off. He looks like the most incredible dude in the world, and they'll say, well, he's starting to look like a poor man's Kevin Durant. What? Like, dude just dropped 30 in the first half. Like, what are we talking about? Like.
Yeah.
That's the level of play that Kevin Durant is as far as the scoring is concerned because he has a crazy ball handle. He can get to the basket. His mid-range pull-up is nuts. He can hit spot-up threes. He's insane. He can post up. He's incredible, man. Like, and I'm pulling for him here in this Brooklyn team because this feels like his team. I hated the Warriors thing. I hated his decision to do what he did, but I'm probably one of his biggest fans as far as pulling for him to get this particular championship with the Knicks.
Well, we will. I want to talk more about it when we come back because there's a lot to get to in this game last night and what happened. It was quite something to see a team as good as the Bucks get demolished, absolutely demolished by the Nets. A message being sent for sure. We'll talk about it when we come back here live and local from the Family Leisure Studios, where family and fun come together. 2120 Whitten Road, just north of I-40. Go see them right now. Your chance to get that pool and all that stuff taken care of for the summer. You better hurry. Not many left. Go see them. 2120 Whitten Road, just north of I-40. Back after this. Sports 56 Mornings, Real Sports Talk. Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Same great shows.
We welcome you back to Sports 56 Middays.
What's up? It's Sports 56 Happy Hour.
A new spot on the FM dial. Check out Sports 56 on our new FM home at 98.5.
They've raised the bar again at Homer Skelton Hyundai and Genesis of Olive Branch. I like to say this is the new standard, the way car business should be done. And to prove it, out of 355 dealers in America that sell Genesis cars, the one in Olive Branch, Genesis of Olive Branch, was top 50 in the country, top 10 in the region, and number 2 in the district. And guess what? They want to be number 1. That means there are opportunities out there for you. It's the safest and every new latest bit of technology that makes the experience of driving a car better. They've got it at Genesis of Olive Branch. If we start with the G70, the highest performing car I've ever owned, all the way to the G80 or the G90, the biggest of the sedans, you'll love everything about the car. If you would like to try the new SUV, the GV80, you call Vinny Gerard at 662-890-6684. He will bring it out to you.
All right, we've got lucky caller number 4, Marcus, on the line. If he answers this question, he wins a new car.
Let's do this.
Okay, for a new car, name the only actor to appear in...
And now a message from our sponsor.
With 24/7 support and quick and easy claims, Progressive protects what matters most. Progressive.
Films all in the same year.
Wait, sorry, I didn't hear the question.
3 seconds, Marcus.
Yeah, no, but there was an ad in the middle.
You didn't answer.
But I didn't hear anything.
Marcus, you dropped it in the dirt.
Progressive. There's never a bad time for great protection. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Looking for a high-efficiency planting solution? The Case IH 2150 Early Riser Planter combines the industry's most accurate planter technologies with a rugged row unit for a fast and uniform emergence. The Case IH 2150 Early Riser operates at your speed and adapts to unique field conditions so that you can maximize your yield potential. Stop in or call Mid-South Ag Equipment at 662-890-3141 to learn more. That's Mid-South Ag, your Case IH Equipment headquarters.
Summer in Memphis is hot and humid. Match that with an inefficient air conditioner, and that equals less comfort inside your home and higher utility bills. Hi, this is Lauren Choate with Choate's Air Conditioning, Heating, and Plumbing. If you're frustrated with your current HVAC system, then let us give you a free estimate to make you and your family more comfortable this summer. Right now, Choates and Carrier are offering 60 months no-interest financing on select Carrier HVAC systems. If you're not ready to purchase a new system yet and need Freon to get you through the summer, then go to our website for our half-off 1 pound of Freon coupon. If your system hasn't received a maintenance yet, Choates is also offering their 20-point $99 AC tune-up. So turn to the experts with Choates and call 347-8086 today to take advantage of these specials. And remember, Choates, let our family serve your family.
Need to sell your home? You're in luck because I buy houses. All you have to do is call Bill at 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that PIN, 901-406-1101, or just save it in your phone. Bill at I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses buys houses in any area, in any condition, at any time, as simple as that. I Buy Houses is guaranteed to close in 5 days. So if you need your cash fast, just call Bill at I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. Has your house been on the market? Were you just tired of renters? Or is it just time to start over? Well, avoid repairing, cleaning, painting, and prepping your house. Just pick up the phone and call Bill at 901-406-1101. That's Bill at I Buy Houses. If you're in Southwind, South Memphis, North Mississippi, North Memphis, Collierville, if you can hear this, just call my friend Bill at I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101.
Sports 56 traffic.
We got a lot of accidents on the roadways this morning. Working a crash on Bill Morris Parkway at I-240. The left lane is blocked on the ramp from on Bill Morris Parkway, getting onto I-240. That's Bill Morris Parkway on the ramp westbound at I-240. Also, we're dealing with delays on I-240 Midtown near the 55 and South Parkway due to a crash that's blocking the right lane and the right shoulder as well. And then we are also dealing with crash on Peebles in both directions between Ford and Alta Road. And that is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
He came from somewhere back in how long ago.
Oh my God! I totally forgot about this. Wait, hold on. I heard Michael McDonald reminded me. I saw a video yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody, welcome to Soft Rock Tuesday, by the way.
Oh yeah.
You might hear this on 107.5. I hope you do. I hope you do.
But
I think you should.
You say remind
but anyway,
you
so
oh okay.
So Michael McDonald. Michael McDonald. I saw a video yesterday. So, I got to do this. We got to do this.
Go ahead.
I don't know if Zach knows how to do it, but we got to do this. Somebody took Anita Baker. So Anita Baker. And pitched her down. And if you pitch Anita Baker down, she turns into Michael McDonald. Her voice. If you pitch down Anita Baker's voice.
On my own?
Stay by me. And you pitch it down, it becomes just me, Michael McDonald. See, we never knew that. It sounds like Michael McDonald is singing. Oh, it's fantastic.
We about to find it, man. It's on YouTube.
Yeah, but you got to do it because the woman that's doing it is too busy laughing because it's very funny, so you can't really hear it as well. I'd like to actually try to. I could pitch it down myself. I think I'll try to do it during the break. I'll see if I can make it happen.
I bet.
Oh man, it's so good. Anyway, welcome back. It is Soft Rock Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. And when I hear Michael McDonald, it makes me think that maybe those guys Come on and jam, booty, booty. Kind of got that from Michael McDonald a little bit. There's a little bit of, oh, yeah.
Oh, my.
You came from somewhere back in a long ago.
What's the Paul Bear throwing in there?
That's right. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that booty girl.
Oh, yes. Drop it like it's hot, girl.
My throat is messed up.
Don't stop.
Don't get it.
Get it.
You sound like a ghost, man.
Hey, booty ghost. The booty ghost.
The booty
Give me that donkey bite and them big old legs.
I ain't too proud to beg.
Oh, no.
No, like Mike McDonald coming in. Give me that donkey bite and those big old legs. I ain't too proud to beg.
The butterfly, that's all.
You got me.
Let me see that Tootsie Roll.
You make me want to pay your rent. And I barely even know you. On that pole. Once again. On that pole. Oh, man. Too wild.
Don't stop. Get it. Fantastic.
We apologize for those of you who.
Yeah.
Y'all,
All right.
y'all
So
be okay. Stick with us. We got some of this good sports stuff coming. So. In hour number 3, we're gonna talk. Coming to hour number 3, you're gonna talk about sports. No.
Oh man. Y'all know how we do it. I can't. That's just what it is. So.
On the pole. Once again.
Oh man! All right. So for real though. Okay.
So many times I was in the club triggering. Bro, imagine if like today's like content.
She ain't nothing but a hoochie mama.
Imagine if today's content was given to us like the way that the crooners, like the songs we grew up on, but the content.
Oh man. So what do you do if you're the Milwaukee Bucks? The Nets don't have James Harden, and they still beat you by 40.
Hey.
And
49.
Yeah.
Right? No, is it 49 or 39?
It was 39.
Oh, see, you're the math.
Could have been 50 something, but it was a historically terrible performance from Giannis and from the team and all that stuff. Budenholzer continues to be
Budenholzer. That's what he looked like last night.
Oh baby,
the Budenholzer. What a great freak in this joint, that Budenholzer. Man, I can make it.
The more you freaking out, all the big booty holes in the club.
Let me get that Middleton. You Greek freak. J. Rue, Holiday, what you gonna do? Hey, J. Rue, what you gonna do? But booty nose.
PJ Tucker. That's it.
You
Mother Tucker. Yeah, that's right.
Why do we do this? Why do we do this, man?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, that booty nose.
Oh man. But I don't know. And there's a big but here. What do you do? What do you do if you're booty holzer? Because right now it's your team is looking pretty booty at this
then
point.
some no name rapper. Oh, that Chris Middleton, that 3 and D.
Yeah, and
that booty holzer, what it do to me?
Brand Forbes, come from San Antonio. What you know about the Pat Connaughton, and it's like the Mike, like the just the record scratch. Pat Connaughton's like, all right, well, all
right.
Anyway,
all right.
Back.
Yeah. But man, the Nets are incredible, bro. Like for real. Like playoff Kyrie is another beast. Come on, man. Like. Looks like easy victory. We got unlocked old man Blake Griffin with something to play for.
It is remarkable how Blake Griffin has just like he was basically an invalid in Detroit.
Yeah, he's dunking all over the place.
Somehow he's managed to find the fountain of youth, and he looks like his old self again. Like he's out here just dunking on everybody and.
I remember
jumping over Kia. They're parking a Kia right in the middle of the floor, and he's
like, how do we know that Blake Griffin had been kind of saving his body because he knew he was in the?
I mean,
I'm going to be the 8th man on the championship team one day. Let me save some of this juice I got.
He didn't have to do much. I mean, he took 4 shots for this team. You're talking about a guy that was a former number 1 overall pick, a guy that was the best player on a lot of playoff teams, and he's taken 4 shots in a game, and they're winning, and he doesn't have to do anything, and he doesn't force it, and he's that decoy in many respects. That's the crazy thing is when you have guys like Mike James and Joe Harris taking as many shots as Kyrie. I mean, they really are. They are sharing the ball. They pass it. They pass it. They shoot it. They score it. Oh, let's go. They're out there, man.
When was the last time there wasn't a Mike James in the NBA? It seems like there's been somebody named Mike James in the NBA all of my life.
Well, there's been somebody named Mike or James probably since the very beginning. Dr. James Naismith was the one who created basketball.
There's been a Mike James in the NBA forever, it seems like. It seems like I don't know if it's the same dude.
This particular Mike James has been around for a long time. So, I mean,
there was another one in the 90s.
There was a Mike James.
He was short.
He played for the Rockets and all that stuff. Yeah, yeah.
He played for the Grizzlies at one point.
I don't know. This is the second or the third iteration of Mike James. Who?
Mike James. Who? Mike James.
But the Miami area has just been dominated today's show because Mike Jones was a Miami kid too, right?
Mike Jones?
Yeah, wasn't he?
Mike Jones was a Houstonian.
Oh, okay, same thing.
281-330-8004. Mike James, the original Mike James, no relation to this Mike James, played for Miami, Boston, Detroit, Milwaukee, Houston, Toronto, Minnesota, New Orleans, Washington, Chicago, and Dallas.
Yeah, he was in the league. He was a shooter.
He did not spend more than 2 seasons anywhere. He played for 11 different teams. And now the new Mike James is not the same.
I can't help it, bro.
This Mike James is more of a sort of a lighter skinned Mike James, and he's much younger. Was out of the league, didn't do a whole lot. Like he had a little cup of coffee with Phoenix and New Orleans back 4 years ago, and now he's picked up with Brooklyn. But that's he's had a whole different career. But yes, there's been a Mike James in the league more often than not for the last 20 or 25 years, one or the other. All right, now next question or next thought here. I don't know if you realize this or not. Okay, now this is the part that's mind blowing right now. The Nets, the Brooklyn Nets, as a team right now, for the playoffs, are shooting 52%
from the field.
From the field, as a team.
Mm-hmm.
As a team, they are shooting 44% from 3 in the playoffs.
Yeah, what now? 40 what?
44% from 3 for the postseason. in the whole postseason. I mean, we talked about how the gold standard of shooting for teams is 50, 40, 90. That's the gold season for individual players.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're shooting 50% from the field, 40% from 3, and 90% from the foul line, like you are an
top
epic
tier,
squad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like that's the very, very few individuals have ever done that for a season. If you do that for a season, that's an elite, like super elite shooting performance right there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Nets are doing it basically as a team, which is unheard of. It's crazy. It's just crazy. I mean, I am blown away by their shooting ability, their offensive ability as a team, and then doing it without James Harden. Like that's the part that's scary. Like they are like
Right.
there's more to come. There's more that's out there. Like they've got plenty more in the tank. It's crazy to think about.
Yeah, they're putting up some incredible numbers because and they're a parlay win waiting to happen. I lost yesterday screwing around with Giannis, but yeah, they're putting up crazy numbers. And playoff Kyrie is a different animal. He's kind of deferred to the other two guys a lot this season, but in the playoffs, Kyrie's really he's showing you why he was considered a top 5 point guard in the league and probably one of the better scoring point guards that you'll see probably ever. Like Kyrie with the ball in his hand is a thing of beauty, and he's been on full display. And yeah, defense does win championships. That's what they say. But the basketball is all about putting the ball in the basket. And when you're having to defend those two guys, and they've got guys who can spot up and knock down shots too. Yeah, the Nets are hard to deal with, man. And if Harden, I can see those dudes. I can see them winning the championship and James Harden not playing the game. Just being honest with you, like he probably will be back, but man, I don't. If the Bucks get up 3-0, I wouldn't play. I would rest Harden until the finals. Like for real, because if
yeah, I wouldn't play him until you had to. I mean,
I wouldn't play him until I had to. Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to particularly say when I play. I would rest him until we lose. You know what I mean? Because they're killing Milwaukee without him. Philly, we don't know what's going on with Philly. We don't know if Embiid is going to be able to go out throughout the whole series. But Atlanta, they'll kill him. You know what I mean? So we have to see. But this they may go flawless.
I mean, the thing is right now
they lost the game, right? They lost one game to Boston, right?
Yeah, they lost one game. Yeah, they lost one game to Boston.
Mm.
But beyond that, I mean, they've looked incredible. They continue to be incredible. Yeah, we'll talk about it when we come back. But I don't foresee them. I don't know who's going to beat them at this point. I mean, they look absolutely incredible.
They would have beat healthy LA. I've been saying that all season. I hate that I don't get a chance to actually see that. But
I mean, yeah, I think easily based on what we saw of LA. I don't think that would be a question at this point.
Mm-hmm.
No, very, very impressive stuff to say the least. All right, when we come back, lots more to get to here as we roll on. We'll talk about the other matchup from last night. Got an interesting question about one of our friends of the show. We'll talk about that too, and a whole lot more as we continue here. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Get happy with Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. Weekday afternoons from 1 to 3 on Sports 56, 98.5, and 96.1.
At Jason's Deli, when you're dining in or picking up curbside, you can expect wholesome food and no surprises, just delicious sandwiches, crisp salads, and quick quality meals made with the freshest ingredients and no artificial trans fats, MSG, high fructose corn syrup, or artificial colors and dyes. Around here, a lot of thought goes into what we put into our food and what we take out of it, because you're not just taking a bite, you're getting a taste of who we are. New items are constantly being created to expand our menu for all tastes and special diets with vegan and gluten-free options available. Convenience and on-time delivery you can count on. It's just a click away at jasonsdeli.com, so whether you need to feed 5 people or 5,000, the team at Jason's Deli, they have the credentials and the commitment to keep you satisfied. Freshness is nearby at Jason's Deli with locations at Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, Poplar and Highland, Germantown Road in Cordova, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch. Jason's Deli. It's wholesome food and no surprises.
You're always up for some fun with the family, so you order the essentials, a new board game, some baking supplies, and even a new projector for outdoor movie night. And with the Bank of America customized Cash Rewards credit card, you can choose to earn 3% cash back on online shopping, which could increase to up to 5.25% as a preferred rewards member. Rewards which you can put toward an extra treat that everyone will enjoy. like an old-fashioned popcorn machine. Visit bankofamerica.com/more rewarding and apply now. Copyright 2021 Bank of America Corporation.
I want to do some bragging rights. Hey, I was just the other day overhearing a conversation with Big Mike, the manager of DeSoto Auto Sales. They've got people buying cars all over the country. North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Arkansas, Texas. People from all over the country buy cars at DeSoto Auto Sales in Olive Branch, Mississippi. Why? DeSoto Auto Sales has the most stringent car inspection in America. They get it right the first time. Quality and low mileage, factory warranty on most vehicles. My favorite part is the people who work there. Big Mike, all the employees are professional, friendly, and go that extra mile. Expect as you walk in the door, you're treated like family. DeSoto Auto Sales understands your time matters. We can help you find your dream car and get all the paperwork finished in less than an hour. Come see us at DeSoto Auto Sales and be part of our family. Have a great buying experience every time. 662-890-7184.
The summer of fun is here now at Mario's Pools. Hi, everybody. This is Dave Woloshin from Mario's Pools on Exeter Road. That beautiful pool, well, it just doesn't happen. So call Mario, and his team will be right there to guide you every step of the way if you want to do it yourself, or they'll do it for you. If you need a replacement pool liner, Mario has the best price against all the major competitors, and by the way, the best selection. Call Mario's Pools, easy, 552-3399. That's 552-3399, or just walk in, so easy, in Germantown on Exeter Road. The great thing about Mario is he always takes that extra step. He gets to know you and your pool. He'll do everything he can to make it perfect. Mario's has an A rating with the Better Business Bureau. You can check out the reviews on Facebook. Don't be a slave to your pool. Call Mario Pools today, 552-3399.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane. Here once again are Pete and Sane.
Oh, Peter Cetera, ladies and gentlemen. Peter Cetera, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we did it all for the glory of the love. Oh, yeah. Coming up in hour number 2, I was able to replicate the pitching down situation at work, and it is awesome. So we're going to play that. Zach, I emailed you the files, so you just get those ready for hour number 2. We'll start with that. Truly groundbreaking stuff that we're going to
definitely
play for you.
Earth-shattering, you know?
Yes, there's no question about that. The Earth will be shattered by this discovery that we've unearthed thanks to a hardy YouTuber or TikToker out there doing the research. That's what it's all about, right there. Now, you mentioned how I don't think, and I'm with our texter or our tweeter, Scotty, who says, I really hope Sane doesn't hold his breath for a Lakers-Nets matchup in the finals with the current versions of each team. Nets can get there. Lakers had their moment in the bubble that won't ever sniff the finals as constructed. As Charles Barkley called them yesterday, bubble gangsters.
Stop. It's always the dude who ain't never won no championship gonna knock folks who won.
Bubble gangsters.
Where does that narrative come from? Like last year's championship doesn't count. Like
everyone was mentally and physically in a different place. That there were all sorts of mitigating circumstances. Certain players didn't play. Other players played, but under duress. A whole different situation. So. Yeah,
so that makes it less of a championship?
In their mind, it does. According to me, it does not. But
it seems like your Jumanji championship, if anything. But I mean, come on, man.
The Dixie Queen sandwich.
No, it was Egg McMuffin actually this time around.
But in addition to that, you had a bunch of dudes who have never shot the ball well at all throughout their career, having like career highs in the bubble as well.
I think it all depends also on, like, for example, like Miami. Okay, so Miami's just shockingly awful performance this year. They really never looked right. never looked like themselves, at least what we thought they were in the bubble. Bam Adebayo didn't look as good. Tyler Hero was awful. Duncan Robinson, not quite the same. All that stuff. Duncan Robinson's still going to get paid, but like it wasn't quite the same. If Miami goes on to like win more in the next few years, then people will say that this past season was an aberration, and that the bubble was more indicative of who they really were. But if this group never really comes around, if you never see Tyler Hero do anything, if Bam Adebayo doesn't ever quite look the same, if Jimmy Butler just kind of keeps being a mouthy bully on bad teams like he has been for a lot of his career, instead of the next Michael Jordan, which he looked like he was for a little.
Literally looked like.
Literally looked like it. Then that's going to make the difference as to whether that's going to be perceived. But like the Lakers, same thing. Scotty points out there was a massive break in the middle of the season that helped get AD healthy. He's never really survived a regular season. And that bubble season allowed him to get a huge chunk of rest and whatever right in the middle of the season, and then come back and play the last little bit in the playoffs, and he was able to stay healthy for that. That's a big asterisk.
Healthy-ish.
The whole season is an asterisk. Yeah, healthy-ish. So yeah, it's pretty. There are definitely some mitigating circumstances. I'll put it that way. So I think that as usual, Charles Barkley's bubble gangsters and all that stuff. That's obviously over the top, but that's Charles. But there's some legitimacy to questioning that title versus some of the others. I'll say it's not exactly the same.
It seems like a harder championship to win than.
Maybe it's a harder championship to win.
I'm not gonna say it's easier. I'm not gonna say it's particularly harder. Either.
No, I think it deserves. I think it has merit for sure. I mean, I'm not saying it isn't valuable or important or whatever. I just think it's different. It's not the same. There's always gonna be a way to kind of put a little asterisk beside it if you want to. I personally, I'm not gonna take that away from them, But I think there's some people that could, and I think that's
because everybody was on the same thing they were on, and they were locked in the same building, and one came out as the champion, and it was the Lakers. Yeah. So I'm not going to try to diminish their championship because, come on, man. Like these dudes were away from the world. You know what I mean? It's like they were locked inside an amusement park for 100 days. Like I'm not going to knock these dudes like it wouldn't. Like their championship doesn't count. Stop.
No. Nobody
just say you hate LeBron. Just say you hate the Lakers. But let's stop that. If anybody else, if Miami had won, nobody would have been talking about it. It didn't count. Stop.
Congratulations also to the Suns for their victory. The Suns have done an incredible job.
Mm-hmm.
The way they built this team, Monty Williams. I've always liked Monty Williams. Just from by all accounts, he's a terrific dude. And he's a good coach. And then, Chris Paul brought his Chris Paulness, all of it, to Phoenix. And he's raised the level of play. There's no question that he's raised the level of play. Devin Booker, has turned a little bit like Trae Young, where he's turned some tendencies of selfishness into stardom. And he's all turned it in the right direction. I don't know if you saw the car that he came in. I would call it a whip. That he came in to the arena yesterday, but it was Zebo would have been proud of it.
Oh yeah,
if you saw it. Did you see? Have you seen his car?
No.
He rode in.
No, I didn't.
It's like a 1975 like Chrysler's, like some just old school gold car with these giant gold rims, like 24-inch rims. They look like just pure gold. And he looks like he's just gliding in this gold car with these gold rims. Man, that is straight Zebo. I've seen Zebo with cars.
So I'm looking like Isaac Hayes in this joint.
It's very Isaac Hayes. It's very like I think he would. I've never really felt like Devin Booker might vibe with Memphis, but I saw that. I was like, okay, all right, maybe there's something there.
He's a phenomenal player, and if you people. I know we get a lot of people who listen who are driving cars and doing other things while they're watching the show. But if you want to compare anybody's game numbers, analytics, like to Kobe, like, yeah, Devin Booker's that dude. Like he's phenomenal, bro. Like, and I remember so many Grizzlies fans when the Phoenix was trash, and you're like, okay, who's gonna be a guy who's gonna want to get away from a crap team? I was like, the Grizzlies need to try to get Devin Booker. I couldn't play. Shut up. Devin Booker is phenomenal, bro. Like, and you're talking about a dude you may see Devin Booker in the finals. That's where we are in year 5 for him. This is 5th. What is this? Him and Murray the same class, right? He's great.
I want to say it's 6. I think it's 6th or 7th.
Yeah, he's a great young player for sure. And
playing phenomenal.
And you get these guys, you put them in the big stage, and you see what
6th year.
Yeah, you see what they turn into. He's finally in the playoffs. He said he wanted to get in there. He's in there and he's doing his thing.
There you go. When we come back, hour number 2, we're going to talk about a friend of the program, and we're going to discuss some things that we heard about. Also, the great research that I've done into Anita Baker and Michael.
Yeah.
Zach has had a preview of that. What do you think, Zach?
It's crazy. It's crazy.
All right, so
y'all gotta listen to it.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that when we go. Don't listen to it sane until I want you to hear it on the air.
I ain't listen.
So don't preview it, okay? All right, so when we come back, we'll do all that in hour number 2, live from the Family Leisure Studios, Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Hi, I'm Tito Beveridge, founder and master distiller at Tito's Handmade Vodka. In 1997, I started the first micro distillery in the state of Texas with my dog, Dog Joe, at my side. We're still working with dogs out at the distillery after all these years. Learn more about how dogs are a part of life here at Tito's Handmade Vodka at vodkafordogpeople.com. Tito's Handmade Vodka is made from corn and naturally gluten-free. Cheers. 80 proof Tito's Handmade Vodka, distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. Tito'sVodka.com.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
I'm Brian Elder. The great Kimmons Wilson of Holiday Inn had a slogan: the best surprise is no surprise. And that's so true. When I sit at your kitchen table, you're going to understand exactly what I'm going to do to your roof. From the underlayment to the hip shingles and ventilation, the flashing, the wood repairs, the cleanup, the crew safety, the warranty. It's amazing how many customers sign contracts being told none of that stuff. But the best surprise is no surprise. Insurance claims. Talk to your friends. More and more claims are being rejected, and only experienced claims specialists are getting those terrible decisions overturned. So if you don't hire me, please hire someone to manage the process with the experience to see it through. The best surprise is no surprise. 867-0303 or BrianElderRoofing.com.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Grind City Brewing Company is taking care of beerness in Memphis. Grind City Brewing is the dream of a father and son duo to create a brand that delivers a high quality, great tasting, and easy drinking craft beer. And they've done it. The brewery sits high above the city elevation in uptown Memphis with 15,000 square feet of beerness, including a 5,000 square foot tap room. Grind City Brewing is committed to all things Memphis, including the Tigers. They have created a malt liquor called Tiger Tail that is the official craft beer of the University of Memphis. Tiger Tail comes in 16-ounce six-packs and is not your typical malt liquor. Tiger Tail is crafted with a bold and smooth flavor, has 7.5% alcohol, and its clean finish makes it incredibly easy drinking. Tiger Tail and Grind City Brewing, taking care of beerness in Memphis. They've raised the bar again at Homer Skelton Hyundai and Genesis of Olive Branch. I like to say this is the new standard, the way car business should be done. And to prove it, out of 355 dealers in America that sell Genesis cars, the one in Olive Branch, Genesis of Olive Branch, was top 50 in the country, top 10 in the region, and number 2 in the district. And guess what? They want to be number 1. That means there are opportunities out there for you. It's the safest, and every new latest bit of technology that makes the experience of driving a car better, they've got it at Genesis of Olive Branch. If we start with the G70, the highest performing car I've ever owned, all the way to the G80 or the G90, the biggest of the sedans, you'll love everything about the car. If you would like to try the new SUV, the GV80, you call Vinny Gerard at 662-890-6684. He will bring it out to you.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery and setup, dependable service, and no long-term contracts. What an easy choice. Call Jeff Manus today, 901-382-2363, or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now, 382-2363. That's 382-2363.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, W253DF Memphis, and WIVG Tunica Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Sports 56 traffic.
We have a lot of accidents on the roadways. Starting with, we got an accident on Bill Morris Parkway westbound at Winchester Road. Left lane and the left shoulder is blocked. Also, accident, mainly just delays over in West Memphis, Arkansas. The I-55 south between Missouri Street and by the bridge, 55 bridge. So we're dealing with delays over there. We're dealing with an accident on Goodman Road at Malone Road down in DeSoto County. Still dealing with the accident on I-240 at Bill Morris Parkway. On the ramp going onto I-240, still dealing with that accident as well. And then we're dealing with accident on I-240 Midtown between 240, 55, and South Parkway.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Even as I wander, I'm keeping you in sight. You're a candle in the window on a cold and dark winter's night. And I'm getting closer than I ever thought I might.
Welcome back. Hour number 2 is here. Booty, 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 booty. Feeling of the booty. All right, hour number 2 begins.
It's
Live with the
family. Once I get you out the club. Come get you in this tub.
Give me that donkey butt and them big old legs.
Come get you in this tub.
Oh, not the thermometer. Oh, anyway. Hour number 2 is here as we continue. From the Family Leisure Studios. My name is Peter Edmiston. He's Anthony Sane. We've been just having fun, really, on this Tuesday edition of the program. We're going to continue to do that, too. It's rainy. It's going to be rainy. A lot of you in the North Mississippi area have been getting a lot of rain. The folks that are in the West Tennessee area are going to get some more coming up here in just a little bit. That will be the thought for most of the day. It's going to be kind of cloudy and rainy. So hopefully it won't be too bad, but there's definitely going to be some rain coming up. So we'll talk about that. We're talking about a friend of the program here coming up momentarily. If you want to join us, you can. You can give us a phone call, 360-8255. You can give us a text as well at 360-8255. You can hit us up on social media. Lots of ways for you to get in touch with us. But before we go any further, we talked about the Nets beating the Bucks, demolishing them. Talked about the Suns winning. We're gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna discuss a lot of things, but the most important thing to discuss right now is Anita Baker. I think it's the soulful songstress, tremendous. Of course, you know and love Anita Baker if you are. She's a staple on Quiet Storm Tuesdays.
Right, for sure.
One of the legendary singers of this or any era, frankly. And There was a very insightful TikToker who discovered that if you pitch down, you take her normal pitch and you just kind of move it down a little bit. I pitched her down a little bit myself. Anita Baker can all of a sudden turns into Michael McDonald. So, Zach, can you play to remind people what Michael McDonald? Can you get a little Michael McDonald first? And we're gonna play these two originally, just so you know, some original Michael McDonald, and then some original Anita Baker, and then we'll compare and contrast here. So here's the legendary Michael McDonald, just for you to get an idea of what he sounds like. Voice Doobie Brothers, of course.
Mm-hmm. The good Doobie Brothers song.
Long intro. Yeah, good. Yeah, tremendous. That's right. That's right.
You don't know me, but I'm your brother.
So take it to the streets, which you like to do. Raised here in this living hell. Come on now.
You don't know my
it's beautiful, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's Michael McDonald. Now let's hear.
You know him. You love him.
Yeah, you know him. I just want to remind you what his voice sounds like in case you forgot. Now let's hear Anita Baker, the original. There's kind of a lengthy intro here, Zach. So we just
might want to.
Zach likes the intro. You can tell.
Such a good song.
Oh, it's a great song. Oh yeah, come on, man. Get those drums.
Stay with me, and you will see my arms.
Yeah.
I'll hold you, baby. Never
Listen to that. Listen to that right there. Come on now. Oh,
sweet love.
Man. All right, so that's Anita Baker. So now, what the TikToker has realized, if you pitch that down just a little bit, and all of a sudden you get this. This is what you find out here.
With all my heart, I love you, baby. Stay with me. Will see my arms. Hold you, baby.
So dumb.
Oh, see. So now we've uncorked it. We figured it out. That's the connection.
But
that's the connection right there.
Is it crazy to think that when you're talking about like legendary artists, like superior level vocalists? Now listen, like you're talking about like high level vocalists like Anita Baker and Michael McDonald.
Yeah, right.
Is it crazy to believe that sonically, whether consciously or subconsciously, they are aware that that's a thing? Am I making any sense?
Oh,
you know?
yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure that
absolutely.
subconsciously they know that, okay, yeah, we're sonically linked together. We're supposed to do music together. You know what I mean? Like, I think those type of things. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
I think if I pitched you down, you just sound like me. But I'm just saying, like that's the level of harmony that they knew. That's the level of magic they can make in the studio. Where if I slow you down, you'll sound just like me. I wonder if you speed them up, what happens? Have we tried that one?
Well, it's not about. It's not speed. It's pitch. Yeah, we got to pitch him. Pitch him up. I'm actually gonna. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try that for you. And then during the break, during the break, I got another theory I'm gonna work on too as well.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just hear that. Let me hear that Anita. Let me hear that Anita one more time. That Michael McDonald version of "Sweet Love." One of the other sonic tricks out there is if you slow somebody down about 25%, they sound drunk. You can make anybody sound slurred and drunk. That's all you got to do. Super easy.
Stupid.
So dumb.
Calvin send a shout out for Anita Baker. Thank you. Another texter says, definitely lifting our spirits on this rainy day. Thank you. Yes, we're trying.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Oh man, I can't. I'm crying laughing. I can't. Whoo, Zach, you're our musical expert. What do you think about this?
Like that's crazy. Like I would never, I would never would thought to say, hey, you know who sound like Michael McDonald?
Slow down,
Slow down, Anita Baker.
Yeah, I didn't slow her down, but I pitched her down. I didn't slow. If I slowed her, it might have even been more like her.
Pitch down Anita Baker, like, and now I can't stop thinking about like how many other songs or how many other artists that you could pitch down that can sound the same.
Once you open that, that's all you gotta do, man. You open up Pandora's box, and then you start seeing what happens right there for sure. Hour number 2 here. Now, one thing that we had, Lisa wanted to know. Lisa's one of our loyal listeners. We appreciate Lisa very much. Lisa wanted to know if we've heard anything about Coach JJ, and the rumor. I guess I don't know about rumor, but there's been some discussion. I know Penny Hardaway addressed it yesterday at the AutoZone Liberty Bowl tournament out at the Southwind to benefit St. Jude, and it was, some discussion. Obviously, he needs one assistant coach for sure, but there's some thought. I know Steven Johnson wrote about it, and I saw Jason Munz address it, and some others. Our good buddy Munz said, that's. I think he asked Penny about that specifically, and Penny said he's looking at it. It's something he hasn't figured it out yet. So what do we know? What do we know about Coach JJ at this point?
I've heard the same things before this report. Giannotto wrote about it as well, with that quote in there. I'm not really sure, but I think that as far as Penny Hardaway and his staff is concerned, people have to understand that Penny's going to do things a little different, and he's going to have a little bit more creativity when it comes down to filling positions and who fills positions, all those type of things. He and Jermaine are friends. We've heard that reciprocate on both sides. That that Penny is not like a one-sided. Yeah, that's my guy, but the other guys say, no, you really just work for me. Like, it's not that type of situation. They're legit friends. When Penny first got into coaching, JJ was somebody that Penny leaned on as a mentor, and now the roles have reversed. You know what I mean? So, as far as that goes, I want to put that out there first. Remember, these guys are friends. They're more than just employee boss type situation. So I feel like whatever happens, JJ will be taken care of. Some people are speculating that it may be another position open up for Coach JJ, and his role may change or shift over a little bit. But with Penny, you never know, man, because his style of coaching, his style of building his staff, it's been a little different. You know what I mean? So I'm not really sure what's going to happen with that particular situation, but I pretty much trust that it'll be taken care of correctly as far as what you see on the court, and taken care of as far as doing right by Coach JJ as well, who I thought has done a phenomenal job. He comes in as a guest on the show once a week, but I think he's done a great job with the players. You see him kind of being that barking dog on the sideline for Penny, whatever. He's in the middle of the huddles. He's out there, getting guys together. Definitely a very smart guy as far as knowing the game, motivation, and of course the great quotes that he drops with us once a week. I think he's done a great job. I'm not really sure what Penny may be looking for to do, but we'll see. We'll see how this all plays out.
Well, I think that it's going to be interesting to see for sure. I hope that I know he's going to do right by Coach JJ. I'm not necessarily worried about that, but I think the value that he brings locally is important. The value that he brings motivationally is important. He's done a really good job, and I don't necessarily understand Penny's style of coach acquisition. He feels like he
it's
kind
odd.
he feels like he's burning through guys
Yeah.
quick. He's moving things around. He mentioned. I heard him on yesterday with Dave and Drew in the afternoon, and he was talking about how he kind of knows what he wants from guys, and he wants to he's getting closer to figuring that stuff out.
Penny Hardaway is learning on the job
I don't know what
probably
that-
more
I-
like
I-
any coach you've probably seen in a while. Like we thought Passer was learning on the fly. Like Penny's literally like, okay.
I mean, yeah, but
Let me
it's.
try
But I'm
this.
not. I mean, I'm not. But I'm not sure what he's like.
Yeah,
I
I don't
still
think he knows. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
That's
Being
why
real.
I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I don't. It's very. There's a lot to like, obviously, about what Penny's done, but it's all. But there's a lot.
Some of the
that's
stuff
just
he
kinda-
does is odd.
It is very odd.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to know the logic behind some of it. And obviously, if it works out this year, he talked about how this year's squad is going to be the deepest they've ever had. He mentioned in passing that DeAndre Williams has got a back thing that is keeping him out of this first summer practice session, but he should be there for the
He's
second
45. I mean,
session.
you got to be easy. You got to go easy.
In a while, and just I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just strange.
Just
Like,
be
it's
careful.
not,
Just be careful, Peter.
Why you say that?
You sound like you're trying to go somewhere on some 1 cent hate. And you know where that's going to end up.
You're so sensitive about this stuff. I'm not. There's no hate involved at all. Penny's done a
Me
really
mask
good
up
job.
right.
There's
Me
nothing-
mask up right fast because you think it's a game, man.
What was Penny's cut? What was Penny's cut on that mask?
See, here we go with this stuff. Don't get it twisted.
You out
man.
here talking about how you support the man, and yet you're reappropriating his logo.
See, here you go with this stuff. It's always
That's right. That's right.
Ooh, Lord, I almost got all the way out there on them.
Uh-oh.
Almost went all the way to that.
Uh-oh. I like that though. I like that. I'm not trying to hate. I'm not hating on anybody. But I am saying that you gotta that this is a big year. It's a big year. They had the squad is theoretically, he says it's deeper. He says it's the deepest squad that he's had. You're talking about just a lot of upheaval. I don't know. There's a lot of the results. He's going to need to have some results.
What results you need to see, man?
I mean, at the very least.
Is this Peter or that dude, the intern dude that was here the other day? who am I talking to right What's that kid's name? The kid that was one of the kids that was interning here the other day. He wrote this article. He wrote this article about why Memphis fans should stop going to games to demand Penny Hardaway does better.
Oh, jeez. Oh, no, I'm not talking about that.
I didn't realize he wrote that until I stopped seeing him. I haven't seen that kid since I found out he wrote it. Nah, touch that dude, bro.
Oh, well, maybe somebody already did.
Man, he might have got touched. Ain't seen him since. Ain't seen the kids.
That's what happens. That's what happens. You write one of those pieces and ooh,
ain't seen the kids since.
All I'm saying, if you talk, look, people want to see results. You want to see what happens. You want to see, moving in the right direction. Hey, NIT championship, all good. It's time to make the tournament.
Sure. You know what's going to happen this year. You're right, though. We definitely do need to see some results.
I was going to say, I don't know how you could disagree with that. It's going to be disappointing.
I'm confident that it's going to happen this year. Penny had to take a detox. He had to get some of the toxins away from around him.
Mm-hmm.
It's going down. You know that.
So
imagine what would have to happen for you to criticize Penny. I don't know what it would be.
So another thing about the assistant position opening, I'll put it this way, because remember about a few months around this time, they were trying to get that. I think it was being reported they were trying to get Nolan Smith from Duke, who's basketball operations for Duke.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not putting it out there that they're going after him. But because of COVID, they had to go away from him because they couldn't afford it. So, do you think they're doubling back to him and just say, hey, we got 2 assistant positions open. Like, you want to come to Memphis? Like, even though John Shire, I think they're playing now. I don't think their playing days overlap, but Duke Blue Devils stick together regardless. With the program. Do you think Nolan is going to be offered the position to come here?
I don't know, man. Like, there have been times where Penny's wanted people, and it didn't play out, but he didn't double back on it. Like
Right.
Larry Brown. Like, he can go get Larry. He could have went back and got Larry Brown as assistant coach, and he didn't go that route. I don't know, man. Who knows what Penny's doing? Like, you've heard Todd Day. People thought that Keelan Lawson was going to be an assistant coach when his sons came. Who knows what Penny's about to do? But it'll be something non-traditional. It's going to be something like that you probably weren't expecting. Because the way he puts his staff together, it's been odd every year. I mean, so. Because he brought JJ in, right before the season started last year.
Mm-hmm.
First he was like, I'm not going to hire another assistant. Then JJ jumps in a day before the season started, it felt like. So, who knows?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I think it'll
because he just flat out doesn't run his program the way most teams do.
No, it doesn't seem like there's the normal way of doing things. But things are changing in college basketball all around. I mean, there's huge changes. You've seen big time names. Roy Williams is retired. Coach K is going to do his retirement year this year. It's a different climate now. So maybe Penny's approach is going to be more in keeping with the way things are from here on out. I don't know. I think you're not going to see traditional stuff with the new name, image, and likeness, with transfers being much easier. I don't think that a traditional approach is necessarily the way to go.
Maybe
so
Penny's hiring Mark Goodfellow.
I mean, he's right there. He's right there for you. Go get him.
Pooh Shiesty might be on staff. Who knows? Moneybag Yo.
Moneybag Yo. Exactly. Moneybag Yo. Coach Yo.
Coach
Yo. Coach Yo, go get him.
Yeah.
Coach Luther Campbell. I mean, Luther's a high school football coach. I mean, it wouldn't be that hard to just kind of transition.
We need a local guy. We need a local guy.
Oh, baby.
What about MJG?
Okay. Yeah, MJG.
Older guy,
Mm-hmm.
Who's somebody that's older but still may have
What
a
about Project Peta?
Oh, yeah, there
I'm
you
a
go.
coach of Peta.
There you go. Kids know Project Pack. Yeah. Imagine Project Pack wooing your mom in the living room.
I'm going to take care of your kid, though.
For real.
Teach him right from wrong. All right. When we come back, we're going to continue our research on the musical research we're doing throughout. This is very exciting stuff that we're trying to.
I got another name to throw out too. That kind of
all right.
Somebody shot to me. I said, "Yeah, I forgot about him." We'll talk about it.
I look forward to that. We'll talk about that in the Family Leisure Studios as we continue here. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Sports Time with Wallow and Stats. Weekdays from 3 to 6 on Sports 56, 98.5 FM and 96.1 FM.
Getaway Sports Bar, the best kept secret in town, open noon to 1:30 a.m. 7 days a week. Garvin, the owner, created this SEC NFL Dream Bar over 20 years ago. You'll never miss a minute of action. 10 TVs, 5 70-inch TVs for all the big games. Rack them up on 6 pool tables. Coldest beer in town, grab you a pool stick and get you some good bar grub. 100% Angus burgers, big and moist chicken tenders. Daily happy hour Monday through Friday, 2 to 6 p.m. with long neck domestics, 225 Getaway Sports Bar, 4632 Winchester.
Cypress View Golf and Recreation in Marion, Arkansas. Cypress View Golf and Recreation is fun for your entire family. Accepting new memberships now. Call about the new intro price, only $199 per month plus tax. Includes unlimited golf, state-of-the-art new workout room, kiddie pool for the kids, Olympic-sized pool for the entire family to enjoy, and a great pub and steak bar. Cypress View Golf and Recreation has a new golf pub with tons of new food items for breakfast and lunch. Choose from Philly steak cheese sandwiches, homemade fresh hand-patted burgers, and Nathan's hot dogs, flatbreads, quesadillas, summer salads, and more. Take advantage of new memberships of unlimited golf, only $199 plus tax. Call Pro Mark today for your new membership at 870-739-6305. Come be a part of a great golf family. Get away from stress at Cypress View, just over the river.
You've heard of James Gaddis Jewelers, but have you heard what they've done lately? Everything. A tremendous selection of diamonds and jewels, gold, silver, and much more. Lots of watches, tons of custom-made jewelry, fine gemstones, bracelets, necklaces, so many choices. Romantics will love the one-of-a-kind estate and vintage jewelry. James Gaddis has experts to help you with wedding and engagement rings, plus 2 repair experts for fine watches and jewelry. Layaway and financing available. James Gaddis Jewelers at 4900 Poplar.
Hey, if you're hungry for great Mexican food for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, got it. La Guadalupana, La Guadalupana, Guadalupana. Choose from tacos, burritos, enchiladas, sizzling shrimp, beef or chicken fajitas, and even a Cuban sandwich filled with Mexican sausage, chicken, ham, steak, jalapenos, avocado. Add a nice cold beer to your super nachos. Top with melted cheese, beans, sour cream, guacamole, tomato, and jalapenos. Great prices, generous portions, great service at 3 locations, Summer Avenue, Cordova Road in Winchester, La Guadalupana.
Have you mixed your pain meds, your sleep meds, your allergy meds? Call the Poison Helpline. Has your child eaten a tube of toothpaste, a chip of paint, a wild mushroom? Call the Poison Helpline. Have you been bitten by a spider, a snake, an insect? Call the Poison Helpline. Poisonings can happen at the home, on the job, or in the great outdoors. Call the Poison Helpline first for fast, free advice from medical professionals. Call 1-800-222-1222 anytime, anywhere. 1-800-222-1222. Save the number, save a life. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Sports 56 traffic.
Oh boy. All right. So now we have a delay on this side of the bridge on I-55 North between the Macklemore and the 55 bridge. Matter of fact, there is a line on the interstate on I-55. So keep in mind, we're still operating on one bridge. So if you need to use an alternate bridge, you could drive up to Dyersburg and use I-155. Or you could go down to Mississippi to Highway 49 to go down south. We're having big delays on both sides of the bridge. Also, still dealing with the crash on Bill Morris Parkway at Winchester Road. Also, accident on Goodman Road at Malone Road down in DeSoto County. And that's your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane. Here once again are Pete and Sane.
Oh, darling, I seen you go through the changes, sitting alone each night. Are you expecting to find a love? Love is life. Darling, I'll be right.
I don't know why you have to tweet out about penny slander. You'll get people on. There's no context about your tweet at all.
They on your head right now.
They're about to be.
Want me to delete that joint?
I don't need that. No, everything's good.
Hey, it was a dude used to every time I said something about Joe Jackson, he would come at me. And what's the kid who just transferred? He transferred back. I forgot the dude transferred back to Memphis.
Tyler Harris.
Yeah. Like if you weren't saying Tyler Harris was Steph Curry, like he was coming for you. I was like, all right, we meet again, my friend.
We meet again, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you, you had asked the question as we continue. Hour number 2. Zach, I sent you the email. Check your email, and we asked the question about what would it be like if since we learned that if you pitch Anita Baker down, she turns into Michael McDonald. Mm-hmm. But what happens if you do it the other way around? What happens if you pitch Michael McDonald up? What happens there? So I wanted to answer that question as we continue our musical experimentation. Let's hear. I did the song I Keep Forgetting. I keep forgetting we're not in love. You know that song? Mm-hmm. Michael McDonald, legendary. The Regulate came from that song. Here's what it sounds like when you pitch it up.
I keep forgetting we're not in love anymore. I keep forgetting things we know.
There's some Anita Baker in there. Yeah, there's some Anita Baker in there for real.
I keep forgetting how you made that so clear.
Damn, man, sound good like that. The man sound good like that, for real though.
I mean, that come on now.
That sounds good, man. You need to put that on YouTube, man. You might go viral in this joint. But that sounds good for real, though.
That sounds more like
that can flow today.
That sounds straight up like Anita Baker.
Yeah.
He sound. I cannot put.
I'm telling you, they were Sonic twins, man. Like they.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, there's somebody he sounds just like.
Right.
There's somebody else that he sounds just. I know what you're talking about, Zach.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that same thing. I was like, oh, there's a who is it? Yeah, he sounds just like somebody. I can't put my finger on it.
Sounds
He
like
sounds just like
a lot
somebody.
of singers are trying to they're redoing their hits.
Yeah.
Because they don't own masters to their music, so they're redoing their hit songs. That sounds like a
Taylor Swift is a big believer in that whole thing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, isn't that wild?
Yeah, some crazy stuff.
I mean,
I'm telling you, man, sonically they were connected some type of way. They knew that if you speed me up and slow you down, we're one.
I can't figure out who that is though. Zach's on to something. There's somebody else that it sounds just like. I cannot figure it out.
Maybe our listeners know and they'll hit us up.
Oh, I wish they would. Yeah, hit us up 360-8255. It sounds just like somebody. I got one other theory that I'm working on here too. That maybe I'll be able to do later on in this hour as well. I got one other little theory that I'm working on out here. Did you see Robert Kraft get gifted a $80 million Bentley?
No, that's big boy stuff though.
Meek Mill, of course, the famous Philadelphia based rapper, along with the co-owner of the Sixers, Michael Rubin, who's the chairman of Fanatics, and Jay-Z as well. They all have worked together in creating the Reform Alliance to deal with probation and parole reform in the United States, but they also have a lot of money, and they gave a lot of that money to Robert Kraft, and Robert Kraft was not able to find the Bentley that he was looking for, and these guys were able to find it. And if you're Robert Kraft with that kind of money and you can't find the Bentley, now if you might be able to find a area to get a nice massage or something like that, but you can't find that Bentley. But they were able to give that to him, and it's a beautiful photo. It's a beautiful video of rich people. Just
hey man, that's the lifestyle. That's the lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? They live out here, man.
If you can't find it, you can always customize it.
Yeah, come on, man. Make it one of one. Who wants to be one of who wants to be one of a million? You can be one of one, man. Come on, man.
Like you can just personalize your own.
Yeah.
Like,
cause they asked if they personalized it. What did he say? Of course. Come on, P. just so you don't understand that lifestyle. You've been doing a lot of hating today too, bro. I ain't gonna lie, you've been hating for a minute, man.
I'm gonna keep hating too. I'm about to do some more. So why don't you buckle up?
Penny just needs to win. Just actually get better at it.
Man, what is this?
Where's Penny's Bentley?
You think he ain't got one?
I don't know if you got an $80 million one. I'm not sure if he's in that.
So now you're trying to count penny money. I guess.
Speaking of tax brackets, there's a great story coming out here. You got to check it out this morning. ProPublica, unbelievable work on rich people not paying taxes. It's incredible. Warren Buffett, $24 billion of wealth. You know what his tax rate was? 0.1%.
What are we gonna do about it? I was talking to a friend that's like a conspiratist.
Jeff Bezos paid under 1%.
I was talking to this girl. She's a real conspiracy.
It's easy to stay rich when that's what it is right there. What'd you pay? You paid 33. You paid 30. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You paid 25, 33, somewhere in that neighborhood. These dudes are paying 1%. It's a lot easier to stay wealthy when you can cheat the system.
Check this out, though. I was talking to this girl. She's a conspiratist.
Makes me furious.
And she said she had like all these valid reasons like not to shop at Amazon at all. I was like, yeah, I hate to hear that, but yeah, I'll be ordering these earbud tips. They'll be here tomorrow. I hear you, but she was going.
They won't be here. They won't be here. They won't be here tomorrow.
But you understand what I'm trying to say. But she was going all the way in, and she was making really valid points of why
absolutely
we shouldn't support Amazon the way we do.
Absolutely, we shouldn't. None of us should.
Yeah.
And Amazon Prime is not even doing what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to be 2-day shipping. You ain't getting 2 days shipping.
You ain't getting nothing.
Now Jeff Bezos is so bored he's going to space. That's what he said. I'm going to space. I got all this money. Now I'm just bored out here.
You think
people
ain't going
jacked
to
up on Elon Musk? Stop! Stop putting these billionaires up on a pedestal. These are just people who've learned how to grift the system.
You think people ain't going to space?
No, I'm saying he's going to go to space. Jeff Bezos has said he's going to go to space.
You think they ain't already doing it? I'm saying.
No, I don't really think so.
They going soon.
Why would they do that?
They about to leave us behind.
You watching too many movies?
Yeah.
Where are they going to go? What's the plan? When they get up there, what's the plan?
Gonna go to Uranus.
Yes. I'd like to see them try.
They'll go to Uranus and Uranus.
That's right. All I'm saying is these guys don't pay any taxes. It's easy to stay wealthy when you can manage to get by and pay fewer than 1%.
You know they're gonna go.
Taxes.
I'm gonna age myself.
Billions of dollars. It's easy.
You know what planet they're gonna go to?
What's that?
My very educated mother just served us 9 pieces of pies. What you know about that, Zach?
Those are the planets of the solar system, man.
Y'all saw that song too?
No, but
yeah, because you're 48, Zach.
No,
yeah, of course you know this song.
Like like I knew what you was talking about. Like,
my very educated mother. Y'all saw that when y'all in school?
No. I think we had a different song, but I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, I remember.
The one I saw.
Vim Schnupp. But
Vim Schnupp.
Vim Schnupp.
Man, be quiet.
He said mucinex.
Plus, Pluto's not even a planet anymore. So get that pizza out of there. It's a dwarf planet. Get that.
My mother just served us 9.
You just out here disrespecting Pluto like it wasn't a planet.
Because Pluto's tiny. It's not even. It's not. I don't know how it managed to sucker people into thinking it was a planet for as long as it did.
A whole
it's a rock,
a mere pebble,
just a little. It's tiny. It's a tiny little nothing. It's a nothing. Get it out of here. If Pluto's a planet, then we have a 10th planet beside a little further out in our solar system. Get Pluto out of here.
You believe there's life on other planets?
Not in our solar system, but I believe there's life beyond our solar system. Sure.
Why you say they none on the other planets in our solar system?
We've. It's not life as we know it. I'll put it that way.
How you know
there
can't
may
see
be something?
How you know the human eye can't?
I just said there could be something we can't detect. Life as we know it. There could be all sorts of life that I don't know, not by our definition, and that's fine. I'm not saying there's not, but we have to define it.
It could be living planets like Eco. No, not Eco. What was his name?
Ego.
Yeah, that's his name.
Elysium.
No, from
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ego.
It could be living planets, you know.
Ego. Yeah. Could be.
Or it could be a talking sun, like on Teletubbies.
Mm-hmm. Our friend Shai points out that Bezos' rocket is called Blue Origin. It certainly looks. If that thing's headed for Uranus, then you're in trouble.
It's over.
You see that,
wait a minute, that's real?
That's real.
So he's driving around a self-care device. That's what he's self-maintenance, a huge self-maintenance device. That's what he's riding
rockets.
around.
Rockets are
no, not streamlined with a head on it like that. No, that's not how they do it.
It's where he's got to live.
Man, really.
Has there ever been a manifestation of your?
Nah, man, that's
your personal.
We live in some wild. That can't be real, bro.
That can't be real either. But
nah, no way. Would he be back in?
I hope it's real.
Will he be back in 2 business days?
Yeah. He'll get there. 48 hours.
Man, Jeff Bezos is gonna come back and it's gonna be Planet Apes down here. They did it. Black Lives Matter. They did it. It's gonna come back in some apocalyptic future.
I hope that. I hope that's real. I hope that's real.
Or that ship? No way, because that'll be everywhere.
Yeah, that's.
That would be everywhere. The Tiger basketball court was everywhere. Surely this would have been everywhere.
The Tiger basketball court. Oh my God, that was incredible. All right, so I want to get to the bottom of this. When we come back, I'm going to continue my research into musical similarities.
Oh,
by the way, our friend Pearl says she sounds like Patty Austin. I think that's a good. The pitched up Mike McDonald sounds like Patty Austin. I can see that. Yeah. There's somebody else though. There's somebody else. That's not the one I'm thinking of.
I think it sounds like a upbeat Kenny Loggins.
Yeah, there's definitely some
like a upbeat.
There's some Loggins in there. There's some Loggins in there. But it sounds. You know what I'm talking about.
I can't.
Zach knows. Yeah, somebody. I can't.
I've heard it before.
Somebody.
On the land. Oh, don't
This one.
Somebody.
This what happens when
clap your hands, y'all.
This what happens when you're musically inclined. Like as soon as you hear something that sounds like something that you heard before, and you trying to find it, you can't find it.
I know it drives you crazy. It's driving me nuts.
See what sped up R. Kelly sounds like.
All the land of the free, somebody.
No.
When we come back, we'll continue this exploration. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ. Listen to us daily on AM 560, 98.5 FM, and 96.1 FM.
When's the last time you played a Memphis City golf course? You will love what you see. I promise. If you have not played Galloway, Audubon, Fox Meadows, or Pine Hill lately, or the links at Whitehaven, you are in for a treat. With summer here, the grass has popped, the conditions are terrific, and this year Memphis City Golf is really concentrating on competition. If you love amateur competition, there will be a Galloway, Audubon, Fox Meadows, and Pine Hill Championship, all leading up to the Pub Links and the Hillman Robin. And ladies, you've got amateur championships too. And if you're a junior, the place to be is the Links at Whitehaven. There will be camps all summer long. Go to the website, moms and dads, if you would like to enter your child to learn from the pros how to play golf. And wait till you see the renovation at Overton Park. And soon there will be a redo at Pine Hill. Memphis City Golf, a sporting tradition for over 100 years.
Hey, I heard that you just got a new car.
Yes, I sure did, and I could not believe how simple it was.
Really? Tell me what happened.
I bought my car at Cars Inc. They are family owned, and the choices of cars were the best I've ever seen. They even said they could price match with anyone and help me with whatever financing I needed.
Wow, it does sound like they know what they're doing.
Their family has been in the car business for over 30 years, and they're excited about being in Memphis.
Where are they?
5095 Cummington Way, and their phone number is 901-623-7180.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
I'm Brian Elder. The great Kimmons Wilson of Holiday Inn had a slogan: the best surprise is no surprise. And that's so true. When I sit at your kitchen table, you're going to understand exactly what I'm going to do to your roof. From the underlayment to the hip shingles and ventilation, the flashing, the wood repairs, the cleanup, the crew safety, the warranty. It's amazing how many customers sign contracts being told none of that stuff. But the best surprise is no surprise. Insurance claims. Talk to your friends. More and more claims are being rejected, and only experienced claims specialists are getting those terrible decisions overturned. So if you don't hire me, please hire someone to manage the process with the experience to see it through. The best surprise is no surprise. 867-0303 or BrianElderRoofing.com.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Remember the last time your family visited the forest? It's a place of wonder and imagination for the whole family, where stories come to life. And it's closer than you think. Ready to plan your next visit? Make the forest part of your story today at a local park near you, or find one at discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
It is the night, my body's weak. I'm on the run. No time to speak. I've got to
run. Zach, you got me going down a rabbit hole here. I pitched down the R. Kelly national anthem, and it's very funny.
Go ahead.
I didn't send it to you yet,
okay.
but it's just, I'm just saying I've been you've got me down a rabbit hole here. So I hope you're proud of yourself. This is what happens. This is what happens. You never know. You never know what's going to happen on this show. Did you Google it as shy?
No, I didn't. Did you Google that joint? I'm out here talking to the streets right now, man. I ain't got time for that, man. I'm talking to the streets. There's stuff going on out here, man. I'm the voice of the voices out here. Man, I can't tell you what the streets saying, bro.
Well, then why would
for a nominal fee, you can find out. I'll shoot you the link.
Oh, fuck.
I don't move like y'all, bro. You know that.
Blue Origin. Yeah, it's legit. It's legit.
Bro, it's wild. Let's get on that joint. Let's ride that train. Are they gonna play that while they in there?
I hope so. Oh yeah. Lisa texted in saying, "Don't forget to tell us the coaching name that you mentioned before the break."
The streets did tell me that. The streets said, "Look out for Raji Phillips."
Yeah, that was another name.
Yeah,
that was another name.
He's been in the mix. He's been in the mix there. Yeah.
He might be coming up to the top of the mix, man. I fool with Faraji.
It's one of his boys.
Penny's gonna keep everything. It's gonna be a hoop family, man. That's what it's gonna be. It's not gonna be just. Penny's gonna run this thing like when Chris Rock ran for president. He had his cousin, his head of security. Like it's gonna be a little different vibe with Penny.
It's like LeBron, and the he's got the whole crew. Everyone gets up like that. It just makes it.
It's stuff I want to say. I just we on the air. I just can't really put it out there like it's gonna be real.
Yep. Yeah, I think it's no. I think so here's the situation. I mean, you at this point you're kind of you don't know, but why would you doubt? At this point, I mean, there's no you can question it. I think there's lots of questions, but until it's just an absolute failure, until things go backwards, you have to just kind of say, look, hey, that's what's going to happen. And I think he's got he's got. Obviously, he's had some success. So, and he knows Memphis inside and out. Nobody knows Memphis better. There was some. I heard them reference a rumor from Penny to the Orlando Magic, and he dismissed that rumor out of hand.
I wouldn't call that a rumor.
What would you call it?
I would call that my boy Yoda just spitballing, just throwing something out on Twitter, and people responding to it.
Yeah, I was wondering where that came from. I saw nothing of.
What's his name? Rashad Phillips? Is his name? No. What's his name?
Oh, yeah. RP3 natural.
The guy that loves every small guard in the NBA. That gets buckets. I like him though. He's I kind of want to get some of his mojo. I like how he moves when he says stuff. We got kind of the same thing going. I'm kind of a poor man's version of him, so to speak.
I see Zach out here liking some interesting tweets. Good
but yeah, he just threw that out. He was like, Orlando Magic, go get this guy. And then it kind of got legs. Zach's doing what? If you want to see something
I just hit Zach with a drive-by while he wasn't even paying attention to it. I just hit him with a drive-by right there. I see Zach's liking some tweets that are interesting. Good for you. Nothing wrong with that.
I remember a former.
Hey, I would like that. I like that too. I'm with. I like what you. I like what you like.
Like, listen, man. You just drop a heart if you like it, man.
Yes. Just saying.
It doesn't have a meaning to it. It's just you just drop a heart.
No, not at all. Not at all. Okay.
You ever seen like some disturbing like this tweet was liked by so and so situation?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I saw one before with some Grizzly players. I was like, yeah, that's not who I thought you were. But,
yeah, I saw some.
No judgment, but hey,
likes are likes can people can like things for different reasons. But I saw one one individual who no one would know. But it's somebody that I had known as part of the NBA analytics community a long time ago. I saw some likes from him that were wild. Some wild likes. I was I did not see that this is how you conduct your business. Some real fetish type situations that were out there.
Freak Elite.
Okay.
Oh, it's Freak
Elite.
Elite. No, it was some real, some real 95
that's how you were
South
gonna
ass,
gonna operate. But hey, all right. Like I said, I'm not judging. It is interesting though. I'll just put it that way. It is very interesting. So at the end of the day, it's a matter of trust from Penny. And I think at this point, as unconventional as some of the stuff is from Penny, why at this point he's not going backwards. So that's just kind of where we are. So it's going to be all. Hey, it's going to be all. It's going to be all up to him, and he's going to have to perform. But I don't see. There's no reason to think that they're not going to continue to move in the right direction. If they don't, then that's when you can start to have those kinds of discussions. Right now, it's a little bit strange, but I don't know. As I've said for a while, this whole to watch the whole college basketball season unfold and to see the upheaval that's happened, so many big names already kind of exiting the arena. You're seeing a real move, and who would have thought Gonzaga is like a national power, big time recruiting, big time everything.
Defending champions Baylor,
Baylor's, but even Baylor's in the power. Gonzaga's like on the upper north, Pacific Northwest, middle of nowhere, not near traditional basketball hotbeds at all, not in the power conference, and they're dominating. We're in a weird time right now in basketball. So I think unconventional methods are needed. That's what you need. So I have no issue with that whatsoever. I don't think there's any issue there at all. Now the Julio Jones trade, we talked a little bit about that yesterday, and Julio Jones is he's going to be. It's obviously it's a huge acquisition for the Titans, and considering this is where the contract and stuff comes into play, because if you look at it just from a pick standpoint, NFL trades are always weird to me. It's like a second round pick in the upcoming draft, and then a 2023 fourth round pick to the Falcons for Julio Jones and a sixth round pick. It's just wow, that doesn't seem like much of anything. But NFL, and given the contract situation and salaries and all that stuff, you have to take all that into consideration. But you could tell this is something that the Grizzlies have paid attention to. When acquiring players or when doing things, if you notice, this was almost basically a uprising from the players to tell the front office to go and get this guy, and then they did it. Now, that may not have been how it actually happened timing wise, but that's certainly what it looked like. You saw, AJ Brown out there publicly. You saw, so many of their teammates. Putting TikTok videos and tweets and all this stuff, just saying, "Hey, go get this guy, go get this guy, go get this guy, go get this guy," and for them to do it, and you saw the response from all the Titans players that are all just like, "Oh my God, look at this guy, is it great?" There is a value. Sometimes when you take the long haul, it's all good, but there is a value in getting a big acquisition. It energizes your fan base, it energizes your team.
Change everything.
It tells your team that you're serious, and this is where that next step. You're trying to win a championship. Titans, AFC Championship game 2 years ago. You've been in the mix. You've got a 2,000-yard rusher in Derrick Henry. You've got 1,000-yard receiver in AJ Brown. You've got tremendous talent. But how do you take it to that? How do you compete with the Kansas Cities of the world? How do you get up to that next level? Here's how you do it. From the Grizzlies standpoint, you look at what's happening up the road. And you think, I know the timetables and all that stuff, and I'm not saying the Grizzlies need to rush. But there is a value.
You're referring to the Hawks?
No, I'm talking about the Grizzlies. I'm talking about I'm talking about the Grizzlies just looking.
The Titans. I got you.
I'm talking. I'm talking about just the road. I'm talking looking up the road to Nashville. Yeah, I'm talking about the Grizzlies looking at a team that had slowly kind of built and got some really good young talent,
built internally.
But in order to kind of push it into that next level, you gotta go get somebody.
So 2 days in a row, you're announcing that Bill on Bill is the thing. Does this happen? 2 days.
Well, I'm saying look at the value of. But I'm saying but for real though, look at the value of that. That it takes you to a different level if it's done the right way. And they didn't overpay and they didn't. It's.
And we'll have to go into this later in the show too. There's a lot to unwrap. But you look at Utah. Utah, they identified that Donovan Mitchell was a superstar in the league, that he was going to be a star player in the league. And they built around him quickly. And now they're, best record in the NBA, and we'll see tonight, right? Yeah. We'll see how they look against the Clippers. But they've made themselves a title contending team after not being so a couple years ago. So look at the Suns. They were a non-playoff team last year. They went and acquired Chris Paul, and now people are saying they're going to go to the finals. Let's see.
I mean, it's a major. There's nothing quite like it. So you can build but if you look at like Boston, they tried it.
Yeah.
With Kyrie, didn't quite work. They thought they were doing it with Kemba.
Yeah.
But there's only a few game changer type dudes.
You got to take that swing.
You got to take that swing, but you got to do it the right way.
Bill on Bill. You better listen to Peter speaking between. He knows people. He knows people.
There is
Bill on Bill. Let's speak it, man.
There's no better fit.
Oh, where else can he go?
There's no better fit for him and for the team. That's a perfect fit.
Where else can he go?
He would slot right into a position of need at an unbelievably high level.
City with, man, the Yukup's going on in FedEx Forum. Come on. Then his wife seems like she'd be such a great humanitarian and philanthropist.
Absolutely.
Just got to get her intertwined into the mix.
Zach could like a lot of her.
Oh, man, Zach would be.
Speaking for Sane.
Hey, no, man. No.
Our number 3.
My likes are laser-like focus right now.
All right. We'll
see, I'm about to get my business now.
We'll come back.
My likes are reserved for you, girl.
Our number 3. Real Sports Talk. Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Summer in Memphis is hot and humid. Match that with an inefficient air conditioner, and that equals less comfort inside your home and higher utility bills. Hi, this is Lauren Choate with Choate's Air Conditioning, Heating, and Plumbing. If you're frustrated with your current HVAC system, then let us give you a free estimate to make you and your family more comfortable this summer. Right now, Choates and Carrier are offering 60 months no-interest financing on select Carrier HVAC systems. If you're not ready to purchase a new system yet and need Freon to get you through the summer, then go to our website for our half-off 1 pound of Freon coupon. If your system hasn't received a maintenance yet, Choates is also offering their 20-point $99 AC tune-up. So turn to the experts with Choates and call 347-8086 today to take advantage of these specials. And remember, Choates, let our family serve your family.
Over the past year, I've helped thousands turn their lives around. And today, I'm going to tell you the one simple trick that will change everything. All you have to do is...
And now a message from our sponsor.
With Progressive, you can bundle your boat, RV, or other outdoor vehicle for great protection and even more savings. Progressive.
And that's it. You'll have that for the rest of your lives. I'm so excited for you.
Progressive. There's never a bad time for great protection. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
Attention all football players from the 7th to 12th grade. Improve your skills at the Memphis Big 300 Football Camp, June 18th and 19th at David Carnes Park, corner of Whitehaven Lane and Fairfield Drive. Events include bench press, cone drills, broad jump, toolbox training, one-on-one competition, and more with instructions by former college and NFL players. Evaluations by university and college coaches as well, so register by calling 313-492-3277. The Memphis Big 300 Football Camp. Be there.
Hi, this is Rob Brown. Join us every Saturday morning on Sports 56 WHBQ from 8 to 10 a.m. and 96.1 FM and the new FM 98.5. We'll be covering the Memphis Tigers, the SEC, college football, college basketball, college baseball. We'll look into recruiting. We'll have guests from around the country with the latest news, the most knowledgeable people out there, the coaches, the players, the people who play the games. Don't forget to join us on the sidelines. Sports 56, 96.1 and the new FM 98.5.
I know the sweetest thing in Memphis, and I know it's been around for 115 years. You know, I'm talking about Dinstall's, and it's time to stock up heavy on Cashew Crunch, Heavenly Crunch, Turtlettes, all of your favorite Dinstall's treats. So easy to get. The sweetest thing in Memphis, all you have to do is head to Laurelwood or head to Germantown and Poplar right across from the hospital, or go where they make the candies. That's on Pleasant View. There's nothing that says Memphis better than Cashew Crunch with that little tinge of coconut, or the Turtlettes. Let's face it, there's nothing better than Dinstall's chocolate. That's the mainstay of all candies, isn't it? Milk chocolate, although their dark chocolate is pretty darn good. And if you get the peppermint with the dark chocolate and put it in the freezer, you're going to love it. So many ways to love Dinstall's. Stock up heavy on all of your favorite Dinstall's treats. 115 years of making Memphis oh so sweet.
Upgrade your commute at Acura of Memphis. Seize the thrill and test drive one of our award-winning models, each packed with cutting-edge technology, luxurious amenities, and a driving experience that's sure to awaken your inner self. Driving shouldn't be a chore, it should be an adventure. Advance your drive today, shop our aggressive lease and finance options now. Luxury is waiting at Acura of Memphis, or shop online 24/7. Visit AcuraofMemphis.com.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, W253DF Memphis, and WIVG Tunica Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Sports 56 traffic.
We are dealing with traffic pretty much in the downtown area on both sides of the bridge. Matter of fact, on I-55 between McLemore and the bridge, there is a long line to get onto the ramp. So just keep in mind, if you got to get over the bridge, you drive up to Dyersburg across I-155 or get over and down in Mississippi on Highway 49. But there's heavy delays on the I-55 bridge. As far as accidents, no new accidents to report, but we got rain all day, so take it easy out on the roadways. This is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane. This hour of Sports 56 Mornings is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Pete and Sane.
What I want.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Cause time to get buck naked. Hour number 3. You figured it out yet, Zach?
No. No.
I know.
Oh God.
It's driving me crazy.
I feel like I'm close, but I'm so far.
I know. It's very, very disappointing. It's wild though. Hour number 3, presented by our friends at Acura of Memphis. We're live in the Family Leisure Studios. Peter Edmiston, Anthony Sane with you as we continue here with hour number 3. We've got a whole lot coming your way. We'll talk a little bit about the domination last night from the Nets. We'll talk about the coaching situation at the University of Memphis. We'll talk about news from a local kid who's having some issues at Navy. We'll talk a whole lot and more. Let me tell you also, a reminder, our good friends at FanDuel Sportsbook are here for you. And this is the time now. If you've not had a chance to jump in there and get hooked up with FanDuel Sportsbook, what in the world are you waiting for? They've got an app that continues to just get better and better. They've updated the app with all new stuff that's just fantastic. It's even faster and easier to use. It's a crisp new interface that is just it's really, really nice. Really easy to use, super fast on the load times. I'm noticing on mine probably 25-50% fast. I mean, like, it's a lot faster, which is nice. It was already fast anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. But it was outstanding right there. And there's of course all sorts of great things going on, including $5 Dinger Tuesdays. Well, guess what? It's Tuesday, so check it out. New promo going on, $5 Dinger Tuesdays. Place a $25 wager on any player to hit a home run on Tuesday, and you get a $5 bonus in site credit for every home run hit in the game, up to $25. So you know what? You want to talk about home runs that are out there. You're swinging for the fences. You want to get a little Shohei Ohtani action out there. Somebody swinging big. Hey, go for it right there. It's fantastic. It's a perfect opportunity for you to do that. We mentioned same-game parlays that are a lot of fun in the baseball realm. On top of that, you've got same-game parlays that are available in the NBA world, in the playoffs that are out there. And, hey, man, I don't know how much you can load up on the Nets, but it might be time to start loading up on offensive parlays on the Nets. That same game parlay is out there for you. Your first bet on FanDuel Sportsbook is absolutely risk-free for you signing up. Use promo code BIGHEAD. New users get up to $1,000 back in site credit if your first bet doesn't win. Absolutely risk-free. Again, promo code BIGHEAD. Download that brand new FanDuel Sportsbook app with the crisp new interface. Check it out. Use promo code BIGHEAD and take advantage of it, including $5 Dinger Tuesdays. Find out a whole lot more. You have to be 21 or older and present in the state of Tennessee. First on the real money wager for risk-free bet. Refund and bonus issues non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Max bonus $25 per game. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call TN Redline 1-800-889-9789. Yeah, it's going to be rainy today, so you might as well stay in and place a wager or two at FanDuel Sportsbook. I think it's worth checking out.
You talked about the revamp of the app or whatever?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they did that when today or yesterday?
It was this morning.
Overnight, this morning. Okay, I gotta check it out.
Overnight. So if you check it out, it's excellent. It's worth checking out. You're gonna like it, and yeah, if you've not seen it, it's really nice to go ahead and update, and then you can kind of just get a little extra load time, just like smoother loads. Quicker reactions, which is nice because sometimes you're betting live. You want to make sure you can get there as quickly as possible. So yeah, it's terrific. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. Check it out for sure. Before we talk about the NBA, this is a wild story. Yesterday, Cameron Kenley, who the young man from Lausanne who went to the Naval Academy, a guy that's like a honor student, honor guy. Like class president, like you're talking about a guy that's had been absolutely fantastic, done everything that he's supposed to do. Is going to play for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as a rookie cornerback, and he requested to delay his commission. That normally when you go to the Naval Academy, you have to enlist, you have to have a commission of service, which is true of any of the armed service academies, but the Navy, normally those things are allowed, and in fact, there are other branches of the armed forces that have allowed those sorts of things. But for whatever reason, the Naval Academy is not allowing this, and I don't really understand why. It's very strange. Joe Radigan is from Army. He signed with the Seahawks. He's being allowed to forego his commission. Air Force's Nolan Laufenberg, George Silvanich, they're being allowed to forego their commissions. But for whatever reason, this kid is not allowed to do it. And in fact, our good friend Eli Savoy says that Cameron's going to join them in a couple of hours, 11 o'clock. So if you want to hear from him and hear his story, definitely check it out on middays coming up at 11 o'clock. But it's this is a kid who's done everything right, Anthony's saying. He did everything that was asked for, as good as you can get. Team captain, honor student, class president, all that stuff. And he wants to join the Bucs. And he signed as an undrafted free agent. He has an opportunity to be, to pursue a career in professional football. I'm baffled. I'm baffled by their decision not to allow him to do that. It doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Yeah, I'm not feeling this, and I'm didn't really hear about this story from yesterday, and I'm reading it now. Evan Barnes, the Commercial Appeal, has an article about it. I'm definitely going to tune in later on to hear him on Middays with Greg and Eli. This just doesn't seem right. I mean, I don't know. Because, there are two sides to this. You know what I mean? Like, he made his commitment to the Navy, and the NFL is a job, just like any other job. So but I definitely get both sides. I get the side that you're taking more, but I also see, like, well, he did make a commitment to serve. And
Yeah, but I mean, you can if you can delay it. You can still serve at a later time. I mean, this is what's normally done.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, go back to Malcolm Perry, who went to Navy, was drafted and in 2020 and was allowed to play. So typically that's how. And there was a memo a couple of years ago from the then Secretary of Defense Mark Esper that allowed them to delay their active duty service. If they were athletes, as long as they eventually fulfill their military obligation, I don't see any issue with that at all. And we've seen that before, where guys have delayed this opportunity or delayed their commission in order to pursue the opportunity. This isn't David Robinson, where he served and then did it. I mean, I guess if that's what you have to do, that's what you have to do. But especially for a guy like Cameron Kinley. And I'm sure Eli and Greg will talk to him about this, but for a kid who's an undrafted free agent, he really needs to strike while the iron is hot. He's not a kid that's going to be able to come back. It would be a lot harder for him after a couple of years of service to come back and try to jump back into that pool. That's a lot harder to do. Not saying it would be impossible, but it would be a lot more difficult. So this is really important for his career to be able to have this opportunity right away. And it seems sort of arbitrary not to allow it. And I mean, if I'm Kim Niumatalolo, I'm thinking like, what are you guys doing here? Like, why can't we? How can you recruit to this whole situation when you're trying to tell kids that, hey, you can pursue your academic, your service, and your athletic dreams here? Well, I don't know if you can say that anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of tough, man, because like you said, that is part of you also, these guys are also being athletes for your branch of service as well. So, I'm leaning more towards your way as I really just sit back and kind of understand the whole story of what's going on. So, that doesn't seem right at all. Seems like they could have – because who else was that you said David Robinson. If somebody else it seemed like it was somebody else had a situation like this where –
I mean, there have been, historically, there've been lots of guys that have dealt with this, but it seems very arbitrary the way that it's happening. So I don't really understand, but I hope that pressure can be put on the Naval Academy to see see good sense and to let this kid play. Like, what's the harm in delaying it?
Memphis versus everybody, man. It's just Memphis versus everybody.
That's exactly right. Especially when the other services are out there letting their guys go, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense right there. An interesting thing that's brewing in Portland. We haven't talked about this yet. Terry Stotts out as Blazers head coach, and yesterday Neil Olshey, the GM, was pretty categorical in his discussions with the media about the news conference. It was very deflecting and dodging about what's going to happen with them. But he says that when it comes to the coaching situation, he said that that he thought the first round exit was not because of the roster. That was his quote. He said our first round exit was not because of the roster.
Yeah, they've done everything.
He said that any coach that comes in is going to have to improve the defense without major roster changes, is what he said.
Because they can't do nothing. They've traded tons of first round picks. Man, I know how I would like to get off their hands though. Talk to me, Zach.
I got two names in mind.
Nurkic, that's who you're talking about, right?
No, it's either McCollum or Norman Powell.
Actually, neither. But I would love to see McCollum here.
Or Anthony Simons.
He's the poor man's Bradley Beal.
Anthony Simons, you're talking about?
I like him. He's okay.
I've always said Anthony needs to play in Memphis.
I don't know about another smallest guard being here though. You know who I'm thinking about, man. Better Kyle Anderson.
What was it, Robert Covington?
I fooled with Covington,
man. He disappointed in the playoffs.
He might be.
I think he's.
He might not want to be there.
He was disappointing in the playoffs, man.
He's another one of those dudes, just like a Jay Crowder, man. Like he, you know, he's got to be comfy to do his thing. If he's not, he's gonna struggle a little bit. I fooled with Covington. I fooled with him. What do you think the asking price for somebody like him would be? Kyle Anderson.
Robert Covington, yeah.
What does he make money wise?
I think you could get Robert Covington without too much difficulty if you wanted to. Let me look at the trade situation here to see if I can give you a little insight on that. If you want Robert Covington, really, I don't know. I think he's kind of got 2 years left, $12 million a year. I mean, you could just trade you could just bring Justice Winslow back and just flip him.
No way. No, Portland wouldn't do that. I ain't gave up on Justice, man. You gave up on Justice?
I don't know. Robert Covington's.
It's good, man.
What role do you see him playing for this team?
You'll be a better Kyle Anderson.
Better how?
Here we go again. Yesterday we found out that guys who score in the mid-range can't play. Like, you don't need that on your team.
No, that's not what we found. But guys who exclusively score in the mid-range is true. Yes, you don't need that.
All right. And now what does Robert Covington do? Man had one down year, and now it's like, what does he do? He defends. Inside, outside, knocks down shots. Come on, man. Stop playing like Robert Covington ain't good. What did he do this? Let me pull his numbers up.
Yes, they're uninspired. I've already pulled them up. They're uninspired.
But do you want to make a lateral movement?
He's still young. No, I'm joking. Robert Covington's about 33.
Robert Covington is 30. He's 3 years older than Kyle Anderson.
I'll take it.
He's smaller. He's smaller than Kyle Anderson.
I'll take it. He ain't smaller than Kyle Anderson.
Like he's big enough to
6'7". Kyle Anderson's 6'9".
For real? I thought Covington was like 6'9".
No.
There's a lot of things you're learning today that might change your mind on Robert Covington.
Hey man, shoot! He shot it well in the playoffs though. Why you hating, bro?
He's not a bad player. He's not the impact player that people I think have perceived him to be, as evidenced by his roles in the last couple seasons and what he's done. And you thought he would be an impact player for the Blazers, and he really hasn't been. I don't know. I mean, he's fine. I'm not like he's not terrible or anything, but it's not. I can't imagine him like moving the needle at all. I don't think he changes anything about your team.
I remember somebody was saying that he's better than. There was some like star player that was saying that Robert Covington's better. I was like, man, y'all nerds just stop talking about basketball. I can't remember what he said. Let me see. Take a look at these numbers here. 37. He shot 31% from three last year. Covington, you were borderline trash this season.
I told you. That's what I'm saying. Why you
I'm
got
talking
this?
About 2 years ago, he was shooting 31%. He shot 37% this year. I thought for sure he was closer to being the 40%.
League average is 30. Is almost League average is like 37%.
Yeah,
he's
not. He was better from three than this.
No. He's
yeah,
not.
Robert Covington. Didn't they trade like 2 first-round picks for this?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. They've put themselves into some. Yeah.
I still fool with Covington. I don't care what y'all say. ain't no more playing GA.
I'd rather have Anthony Simons or others. But
man,
the interesting question to go back to I don't know what they're going to do. To go back and they plan on bringing him back. And now the question is going to be for them. Norm Powell has got a player option that he's probably going to opt out of at $11 million. He's probably going to make more than that, significantly more than that, in free agency because the market's not that big, and he's a guy that's smack dab in the prime of his career. So they're going to.
He's closer to the end of his prime than he is in the beginning of it. I don't think people understand Norman Powell's not as young as they may think.
People are going to look at his years, but he's 28. I mean, he's 28. That's you got one more big contract in you, and then you start to probably decline. So he's got, but that'll be fine. He can sign a 4-year deal without any problem. The thing is, though, what do they do to get better, and more importantly, can they truly get better and not do anything with Damian Lillard? And Lillard has been tight-lipped about this whole thing. He doesn't want to comment on anything that's happened right now. He's a guy that he's always been very loyal to Portland. He's always done the right thing by Portland. He's always said how much he wanted to win in Portland and all that. But you can kind of compare things to what's going on in Washington with Bradley Beal. How much better can Washington get without moving Bradley Beal? How much better can Portland get without moving Damian Lillard? I mean, to me, you're kind of stuck where you are, and you can kind of play out the string, but is that really going to be the best thing for your franchise long term?
Well, when you see situations where you're saying that Damian Lillard will have a say in who the next coach will be, when you hear that type of stuff, and then you hear Jason Kidd's name rising up because of that, and then you hear kids saying he's not interested in that job, it makes you wonder if his name's going to be there next year. I mean, you know what I mean? And like these people know, like they hear stuff that's going around, and it just makes you wonder what's going to happen with Dame. But I'm already tired of the Laker memes already. The Lakers think they can just go get any $40 million a year player and just magically trade Kyle Kuzma and other stuff to get him, get whoever. But I'm tired of seeing it already. But he's not going to the Lakers. Any trade for Damian Lillard with LA would have to start with Anthony Davis, and I'm not really sure why Portland would go that way, honestly. So, but yeah, he'll be somewhere.
Whew, I don't know. I don't know if the Blazers. I don't think that the thing you also have to take into account with all this is logic. People talk about blowing up rosters and all that stuff. And it's fine to do that in a fantasy realm, like you want to play fantasy GM and all that stuff. But here's the reality. Neil Olshey has been there for 10 years as GM, and things are kind of where they are. Like they're sort of back to where he's got to make some pretty big changes in order to do something about this. If he makes that move and it doesn't work, he's fired himself. Like, sometimes GMs get in a position where, depending on what the ownership wants, you stay status quo because you're probably going to be able to hang on to your job. And you got to make sure. And if you take that big swing at a trade,
Dame, you're putting it all on the line.
It might work, but if it doesn't work, you're definitely fired. And you got that on your resume. That's a hard one. So,
and then like we
being
talked
GM,
about,
take some. You got to have some stones to do it. I mean, you got to have some tie of stones down there.
We talked about it a couple weeks ago. Like, is it the worst thing in the world to have a team that's constantly in the playoffs, super marketable star that the city loves and rides for, and I'm sure people have Damian Lillard stuff everywhere, all over the town, and in their homes, and tattooed on them, and kids named Damian, and I'm sure all those things are real in Portland. Like, is that the worst thing in the world to have? Even though you're not winning, quote unquote, winning championships, we've only seen a handful of teams win championships in our lifetime. But these other cities are existing. They're probably organizations that wish they could have the playoff success that Portland has had, to have the relevance in their city that Portland has. So you ask yourself, we talked about this, a while ago. Is that something that that's worth risking? Like, do you blow this up just because they're not, a championship level team when you've got success, relevance, all these type of things in the city?
It's a big decision. I mean, again, that's where you remember the earth-shattering decision. It's happened now, and the Grizzlies were very fortunate the way that it kind of went down with getting Ja Morant really softened the blow of all this stuff. But
it did more than soften
you remember what it felt like when even though everybody knew that it was time, and it probably should have been time 4 years prior, but when it was actually time, and you saw that Mike and Mark are on the trading block. You saw that the team's not bringing back Tony Allen. They're not bringing back Zach Rand. Like, you felt what that felt like. It was a big – and there's still people in this town who are like, oh, yeah, Zebo's still got something in him.
Right.
That's the answer for everything. So it is hard. It is hard when you're a small market team. In Portland, like Memphis is a one-team town. You got one major – the Portland Timbers do really well in the MLS, but in terms of the traditional major sports, Portland is – that's all. It's Blazers.
Right.
Memphis is Grizzlies. Like, it means a lot. And to move off those guys, I'm just saying people could talk about it in a fantasy GM world, but just remember, it's you would actually do it is a whole different thing.
Because once you blow that up, it gets dark on the other side, man. Like it can. You're not guaranteed to draft Ja Morant. You know what I mean? So
that's what I mean. You got to. I mean, the Grizzlies got very fortunate. Imagine what it would have been like if you blown it up. You know, in that draft, you end up
good
with
the first year, like we were. You know what I mean?
Right. When you end up with a player who isn't as marketable and perfect for the city as Ja Morant.
Get RJ Barrett here and see how how bright you think the future is.
You got
RJ
a
Barrett's
lot
a
of
good player,
dudes
but I'm just saying, the Grizzlies aren't supposed.
Yeah, like
to
DeAndre Hunter. Like I mean, DeAndre Hunter's a good player too, but it's not the same thing. It's just not the same thing. We'll come back. We'll talk more about the playoffs that are going on right now. Plus, we'll get into another NFL discussion and another little bit of a controversy that's swirling around the league. We'll discuss that when we continue here. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio. We are Sports 56, 98.5, and 96.1.
It's happening again at Family Leisure. Don't miss out again this summer because pools are going fast. Spas in stock now, too, and they're ready for delivery. New 2021 patio furniture, state-of-the-art in stock now, and up to 20% off select sets. Swing into spring with a brand new play gym, professional installation available. The temperature's rising, and so is the service at Family Leisure. Family Leisure, I-40 and Whidden Road, where family and fun come together.
With double the seasoned beef and a large drink all for $5, Taco Bell's Grande Nachos truly deserves a Grande intro, perhaps with a Grande beat box. Said it's crunchy, cheesy, beef. Actually, that sounded better in my head. Go get the $5 Grande Nachos before they make every exit. Nope. Only at Taco Bell. At limited participating locations for a limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Tax extra. Drinks excludes freezes. Double the seasoned beef as compared to the Nachos Bel Grande.
Hi, folks. Jeff Jackson, General Manager at Sunrise Chevrolet Buick GMC. Come celebrate our 32nd anniversary sale with savings up to $8,000. The largest selection of vehicles in the Mid-South with new vehicles arriving daily. A $12 million used car inventory with over 300 used cars. Bad credit, bankruptcy, slow pay, it's okay. If you got a job, you're approved at Sunrise, home of the guaranteed credit approval. Find new roads at Sunrise, 385 at Houston Levee Road. See us online at sunrisememphis.com.
Listen Sundays at 11 a.m. to join Idlewild Presbyterian Church for worship. Idlewild is a PCUSA church located in Midtown Memphis.
If you're going on vacation, making a college campus visit, or if business takes you out of town, there's just no better place to board your dog than Barks and Recreation, 965 Ruddock Cove between Bud Davis Cadillac and the Blue Plate Cafe in East Memphis. Boarding, daycare, grooming, we have the best of everything at Barks. Indoor-outdoor kennels so your family member can go in and out as they please. Indoor and outdoor play areas. 4 walks a day, group play, and individual attention from the best staff in the Mid-South, which includes an overnight staff to ensure the safety and comfort of your pet 24 hours a day. All reasons to choose Barks and Recreation above all other boarding and daycare facilities. BarksDaycare.com or 509-0909. Check us out and make your reservations now at BarksDaycare.com. If your dog could speak, he'd say Barks.
Think you're dealing with drug poisoning, chemical poisoning, food poisoning? Call the Poison Helpline first for fast, free advice from medical professionals. Call 1-800-222-1222 anytime, anywhere. Save the number, save a life. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Since she went away, Rosanna,
Oh, yeah.
now she's gone.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hour number 3 continues, presented by Acura of Memphis, live in the Family Leisure Studios. Pete and Sam with you. Reminder, Cameron Kinley coming up, among others, on middays. He'll be coming on 11 o'clock. They've got you from 10 to 1. good stuff coming your way, so you're going to want to check that out. Shout out to everybody that was over at the Liberty Bowl Golf Classic yesterday, which is it's always a great event, and raising hundreds of thousands of dollars for St. Jude. A terrific job by the AutoZone Liberty Bowl folks. So tremendous shout out to them, and it's really a wonderful event. Wonderful way to bring a whole lot of folks together, lots of coaches, lots of business folks, people in the community, everyone kind of coming together for the cause that is as it should be. St. Jude, man, you can the folks over at St. Jude have done incredible work. They continue to do incredible work. They're expanding like crazy, and it's all good work, man. It's all to help kids with pediatric cancer, man. It's just fantastic.
Yeah. I'm not gonna act like I was paying attention to you. The streets are still talking to me, so I missed what you're talking about. Start over.
Does Saint know we're doing a radio show? Like we're actually supposed to be doing?
I
don't know.
I got news breaking in my head. I apologize.
What's the priority? Should we be talking on this, or should we?
You're not finna scold me like I'm your son on air, but we definitely not gonna do that. So this is back all that up.
Well,
I heard you say St. Jude, so shout out to.
If you're gonna be distracted like my son, I don't know what else I get. I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. Oh man!
But no, I apologize, bro.
I was talking about tell the streets to hold on for a second.
All right, guys.
Put the streets on mute for about 30 more minutes, and then
all right, go ahead.
Crazy. I was talking about just everybody out there. Greg and Eli, Johnny, you've got Wolo, Drew, everybody out there for the AutoZone Liberty Bowl St. Jude Classic. They honored Peyton Manning earlier in the week, who talked about how his kids got the John Morant poster up on his wall. Has very few posters and jerseys, but he's got John Morant, and he loves that. And then the fact that all these different folks come together to raise hundreds of thousands of dollars for St. Jude. St. Jude's been like the amount of growth is insane that they've been going through and continue to go through. They've got several $1 billion worth of expansion yet to do. And it's all to help fight pediatric cancer. So I'm just saying it's a shout out to them because it's a really wonderful cause, and to see it all kind of come together like that is outstanding. That's all I'm saying.
I appreciate you saying it again for me, bro. I apologize.
Thank you. No, you're good. That's
I failed
that's
you,
all I'm
I
saying.
ain't gonna lie, I failed to you. I love you and I respect you, man.
It's beautiful. So it's wonderful. I appreciate that. I love you too. All right. So big thanks to everybody for being part of that whole situation. Now, as we mentioned, there's always some like little controversies and stuff. And we talked about the Julio Jones thing, which had been kind of the thing with Shannon Sharp, and eventually it all worked out. He got traded and all this. Aaron Rodgers is still an interesting one though, because he's not going to be there today when the Packers open their minicamp. First time that he's ever skipped a mandatory off-season event for the team. It's going to cost him $93,000 in fines if he doesn't show for the entire 3-day camp. Well, that's he finds that in the couch, so that's not a big deal. But however, when it's going to get serious during training camp, which will be a month and a half, 2 months away. That's $50,000 per day, and these fines, normally under the new collective bargaining agreement in the NFL, saying they can't rescind those fines. So back in the old days, you could just be like, like when Emmitt Smith held out for the Cowboys, when these other guys held out for various, they racked up, $100,000, $200,000 in fines, whatever. And the team could just be like, nah, we'll waive that, no big deal. We got a new deal. No, you're fine.
Right.
You can't rescind those. So Rodgers has already forfeited his $500,000 workout bonus. He's going to get this $93,000 fine. If he doesn't show up for training camp, that's $50,000 per day, which means that you miss 2 weeks. That's almost $750,000 that you're going to have to pay, which cannot be rescinded. So you're going to have to actually pay that. So we're talking about Aaron Rodgers is in the neighborhood of getting to where it's going to be $1 million. Yeah, dollars, like significant money. To show how much he doesn't want to play for the Packers, and their president wrote a kind of he has like a column or something on his website, and he wrote we remain committed to resolving things with Aaron. But he also said that this situation is dividing our fan base, and I don't really see that as the case at all. You're the one who's saying it's dividing the fan base. It's baffling to me how you can't work this thing out, but it's just fascinating that they expected that Rodgers would kind of, I guess, fade away or something. I don't know, but him being an MVP last year really threw a monkey wrench into the whole thing, because now he ain't gonna fade away. He's playing phenomenal football, and they got to figure out a way to agree with him.
Yeah, it's an ugly situation because we're so close to the season starting, and he still isn't complying like he's going to play. So he's kind of put them in a strange situation, because this is something he probably should have done, well before free agents, well before the draft, etc. But I don't understand why. I don't know. I'm still grasping, trying to see who really has the leverage in this situation, because he obviously, I'm sure he's aware of the amount of money that he can risk losing or whatever. But I don't know. Does it feel like to you at all that Green Bay's budging? Because I don't seem like to me that they're budging at all.
I mean, not yet, but I don't think they have to at this point. It's going to be when training camp rolls around. And I mean, in terms of who has the leverage, if Aaron Rodgers truly does not want to play, if he has made the determination in actuality, not just as a leverage play, but as a I disagree with this team. I've said it many times. We've talked about how they didn't talk to Aaron Rodgers about drafting Jordan Love. They didn't talk to Aaron Rodgers about some things that they've done. He had issues with Mike McCarthy when he was the coach there. He's had issues with the new GM Brian Gutekunst. There's been all these sorts of things that have happened, and he doesn't feel as though they've communicated with him in the right way. If all that discontent and all that anger is legitimate enough to where he says, I just don't want to play, period, I'm not going to play for this organization, then he's got the leverage, because
can he just
Packers
retire
really,
and just in the fine stop? Can he just say I'm done?
Yeah, he could.
He just had to sit the year out, though. He couldn't. He couldn't.
Yeah, he'd have to sit out. He couldn't sign with anybody else. But he could.
I'm not sure
he
really cares about that.
If he didn't want to play, that's what I'm saying. If he doesn't want to play for the Packers, then he doesn't have to. And it'll cost him, whatever money it costs him from a bonus standpoint and everything else. But yeah, he could absolutely just eat that money, and if he's willing to do that, then the Packers would have to then say, are we just going to sit on this incredible asset and not do anything? And I don't. It would get very ugly. But it's incredible, because I was reading folks from Green Bay. Green Bay has got the same kind of mentality as Memphis. You know what I'm talking about. Memphis has that mentality of, if you're not with us, you're against us. If you don't love Memphis the way we do, then get out. You better love it. You better not talk bad about Memphis. You better not imply that Memphis is less than. You better that's how Green Bay is. There's a lot of people who they've taken signs that say "Go Pack." That's normally what's on their people's lawns, "Go Pack," go as in "Go Packers," and they've changed those to "Go Pack Your Bags." Aaron Rodgers. This guy's a reigning MVP.
All right.
This guy's a reigning MVP, but because he's expressed some discontent with the franchise and whatever. People, take that to mean that he doesn't like the town, he doesn't like Green Bay or whatever, and they're just like, we're done with you. That's how quickly it can change for a guy that's done so much for 16 years for that. I mean, that's how quickly it can change. But Memphis would be the same way. If I don't care who it is.
That's because I talked about New Orleans Pelicans. How I say, the Pelicans don't deserve the luck that they've had when you've had one of the best power forwards of all time. You had one of the best point guards of all time playing for your organization. Then that turned into one of the best power forwards of all time, from Chris Paul to Anthony Davis. And now you've got a phenom in Zion Williamson. They've never had a spell where they've just been a team that was that didn't have a superstar. They didn't have a transcending level superstar on their team. They've never not had that. So Green Bay is. They're being a little spoiled and entitled right now, because when you go from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers, you kind of forget that there is a reality that exists where you don't have one of the best quarterbacks in the league on your team. So maybe you should be a little bit more appreciative towards one of the many GOATs.
I agree, but again, look at what happened with Pau Gasol back in the day.
Oh yeah, don't even get me started, because they're doing the same.
An
thing
incredible player, a guy that's a Hall of Famer, all that stuff, and people, because he had the temerity to halfway, just not even ask for a trade, but just sort of like, do you mind maybe just consulting with some teams, possibly to maybe move me? No pressure. All of a sudden, he got booed. He became like people dogging him out. Like, come on, man. Memphis would be the same way. If Memphis had a team, it'd be the exact same way.
Yep.
Take an MVP. Take a guy that's like one of the greatest to ever do it. Get out of here. You don't love us. Get out of here. I'm telling you. It's provincial. Provincial's the word. Provincial, man. It's there's a you either with us or you're against us, and never forget it. Lord help John Moran if he ever says anything bad about Memphis. They'll turn on him
like it ain't nothing.
Heartbeat.
Like it ain't nothing to do.
You were never nothing.
Yeah, for
Not
sure.
that he would, of course, because he loves Memphis.
He loves it.
But I'm just saying, if you ever do, forget about it.
No, he won't. I think they genuinely enjoy being here. So. I can't see that.
One guy the one guy that was almost the exception to that was Shane Battier, who never really liked Memphis that much. Like, he tried to kind of pretend like he liked Memphis a little bit. Never really vibed with Memphis at all. And people still try to love him.
People swear him down that he was just this lovable. He loves Memphis. Dude.
Yeah, no. Where is he living now? Has he ever even been back to Memphis? No, not a chance. One guy, the only guy. We come back. We'll wrap it up. We'll talk a little bit about another stat that just blew my mind. We mentioned it earlier, but I got to get back to it. A stat that's absolutely blown my mind, and why it's frankly hard to envision any other outcome for the NBA championship. We'll talk about it when we continue here. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Spend your lunch with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy on Sports 56 Middays.
Lunchy munchy.
Weekdays from 10 till 1 on Sports 56, 98.5, and 96.1.
Is your wife asking you to stop eating junk food? Well, we have you covered at Humdinger's. It's quick and it's healthy, and most important, it tastes amazing. With many choices from salmon salad to rainbow trout and grilled asparagus. Come visit us for lunch at Humdinger's, 6300 Poplar Avenue. So good, Coach Penny eats with us weekly. Don't forget, Humdinger's offers full-service catering for weddings, social events, or your corporate lunches. You can call 901-260-8292 to find out more.
Hi, this is John Conway with Conway Services. How old is your water heater? With most of the water heaters in the Mid-South located in the attic, the worst day you can replace your water heater is one day too late. It may be time for a tankless water heater from Conway Services that never runs out of hot water. Plus, these energy-saving models only heat the water you use, saving you money on your gas bill every month. Most 10-year-old water heaters were about 65% efficient when they were new, compared to a tankless water heater from Conway Services that's up to 98% efficient. Plus, right now, get your tankless water heater from Conway Services for as low as $79 per month. Or I'll give you $250 for that old tank water heater. And no more worrying about that tank bursting in your attic either. And you know, with over 8,000 5-star reviews, you know Google guaranteed Conway Services will be providing great customer service every time. So call Conway Services, the Mid-South's premier heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric service company at 384-3511. And the first 30 callers with a 10-year-old water heater will come out and inspect it absolutely free.
384-3511. Conway Services. Call Conway today.
With double the seasoned beef and a large drink all for $5, Taco Bell's Grande Nachos truly deserves a Grande intro, perhaps with a Grande beat box. Said it's crunchy, cheesy, beef. Actually, that sounded better in my head. Go get the $5 Grande Nachos before they make a exit. Nope. Only at Taco Bell. At limited participating locations for a limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Tax extra. Drinks excludes freezes. Double the seasoned beef as compared to the Nachos Bel Grande.
Who is probably one of the worst golfers in town? Yes, you got it. It's me, Sheldon Rosengarten with Mark's Bensdorf Realtors. How can I be the worst? I spend too much time concentrating on selling homes. Now I'm great off the tee and my drives are really good, but it's my next shots. My second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and you get the idea. I spend too much time giving my clients advice on getting their homes ready for the market so their homes will sell quickly at a really good price. The market may be good for sellers, but if you don't prepare and have a good presentation, it's like not being able to get out of a sand trap, which often happens to me. But if you want to know why people often say when you want the job done, call Shell Done, then call or email me at 483-0546 or memphisrelocate.com. Do it now. whether it's for you or for a friend. That's Shell Dunn at 483-0546 or memphisrelocate.com.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane. This hour of Sports 56 Mornings is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Pete and Sane.
Anthony works in the grocery store.
Oh, yeah.
Saving his pennies for someday. Mama Leone left a note on the door. She said,
You know, if you pitch Billy Joel down, he sounds like Anita Baker.
Oh, okay. I'll take your word on it. Spelled in Hackensack. You don't know about that.
You
never had a house down in Hackensack.
Oh, I got 2 houses out of Hackensack.
You ain't never in your life been to Hackensack, man. What is this
What do you
dude
know?
talking about?
How do you know about that? Oh God, here we go. Back with me.
No, I'm
Hour number
reading.
3.
I'm reading a text from. Oh, this dude's a clown.
Yeah. Hour number 3 continues here. I mentioned going into the break that there's a stat that absolutely blew my mind. Listen to this again. Nets destroyed the Bucks last night by 40, killed them. I mean, you're talking about the Bucks team that's a legit title contender and got absolutely housed by the Nets, who didn't have James Harden. A insane performance. But the Nets this year in the playoffs, as a team now, ladies and gentlemen, are shooting 50% from the field, 43% from 3, and 91% from the foul line. As a team!
Mm-hmm. You see what it is, man.
The Grizzlies have never had an individual do that. The Nets as a team are doing it.
You'd assume they won't keep that up. But
it's been 7 games, man. I mean,
I know.
that's
I
not like 1 or 2 games. Like this is 7 full games. 2 of them against the Bucks. Theoretically, one of the best teams out there. The other 5 against the Celtics, who at one time were considered one of the best teams out there. You're not doing it against the Hornets and the Wizards and stuff. Like that's pretty incredible. I mean, like that's pretty insane, man. I've never seen a team go 50, 40, 90. You very rarely see players. We talked about that before. That's the gold standard of individual shooting. When you hear people, you may hear some people talk about 50, 40, 90. That's 50% for the field, 40% from 3, 90% for the foul line. If you get all 3, there are very few of those guys that have done that. Steve Nash, as a player, did that a couple times. Kevin Durant has done that a couple times. But, like, individually, but as a team
is
for
crazy.
the playoffs, you're not – if they keep anything close to that up, they're winning the
you
whole
might
thing.
as well. Start up the parade.
Are they better without James Harden?
No. See, here y'all go. Here y'all go. I'm done. I'll see y'all tomorrow. This is what y'all did at the beginning of the season. Who is that? Your boy? It was your boy said that. What's his name? Nate Duncan said that, huh?
I have no idea.
The guy who, what did the kids say? He ratioed me on Twitter. That's what he did?
Uh-huh.
All right, tear that man up on a neutral court.
Also, another little bit of a little note, because there's something that you talked about yesterday, wanting to know about the vaccination rates around
NBA
sports.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the NBA, I don't know about the NBA, but I do know the Jeff Duncan, who covers the Saints for the Athletic, said that from what he's heard, that the Saints have an estimated 60% of the players and coaches on the 85-man roster were vaccinated.
So I hate to include coaches because there's probably 20 coaches on the team.
60% of the coaches and players have. He said that's what he's heard. He's also heard that number ranks in the top third of the NFL. Mm-hmm. So that means that 2/3 of the NFL is under 60% of their roster vaccinated.
So you think for the NFL?
So that would mean if you extrapolate that a little bit out, that would mean roughly total.
Do you think the fact
it's a lot of
the
conjecture
NFL,
here, but like 50%, 55%?
Yeah. Do you think the NFL, since they got hit so hard by some of that stuff sometimes, like, there were games where, who was it that had, like, was it the Ravens? Like, they were it kept pushing games back forever for them?
Yeah.
You think
the
some
Ravens
of that,
had a huge.
You think that maybe the players like, no, I don't want to go down that again. You think that might be? what it was or what it is? Or
I just think at this point now, especially having seen what happened to John Rahm in the golf world, like if you haven't gotten your vaccination by this point,
you probably ain't getting it.
I need to know what's going on. We need to talk about this. Like I feel like we need to have a discussion about what's holding you back. What's the problem? Like that's what I need to know. If you haven't gotten your vaccination by now, then especially if you're a professional athlete, most of whom have access to the vaccination in much easier ways than the average person. The average NFL player can just contact his team, and the team can make it happen very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about the PGA Tour. PGA Tour guys, they have vaccines available at every tour site Fridays and Sundays for the last 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
Like all you got to do is just show up, be like, "Yep, I'm ready." Boom, there it is. Like you don't have to go. You have to go sit and go to any of the. It's easy. It's easy for regular folks to get the vaccine. Right. It's even easier for professional athletes to get it. If you haven't gotten it by now, then I need to know what's going on with you. I need to know what's the issue here.
Have you seen what Tiger football is doing? Like they may be the first. They're probably the first local promotion to do something like this, like local team. Have you seen what they're doing?
What are they doing?
You get a $10 tickets to the Nicholls State football game. If you get the vaccinated people get the tickets for $10.
I think that's. I mean, I think that's something that should be a no-brainer for everybody.
But they're the first, right? Like Redbirds, nobody's done anything to.
I don't. None that I know of. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, to me, it's.
What are you hiding, Robert Perry?
Anything to incentivize vaccinations, I'm a fan of. So
is Robert Perry vaccinated? Yes or no? Quick think. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes. Okay. Yes. Absolutely. He was vaccinated a long time ago.
He was in the before it was he even hit the public.
He's been in. He had
injected via
bubble.
Wi-Fi.
That's exactly. Yeah, that's right.
Just sending some Wi-Fi waves.
Yes, that's right. That's right. The ubiquity. He got the ubiquity.
The ubiquity vaccine.
Vaccine.
No, I ain't touching that one because their Wi-Fi in FedEx Forum is trash.
Yeah, a little spotty.
I ain't touching the ubiquity vaccine.
No 5G right there. No 5G. 3G. So in any event, I think it's fascinating to see how the I just don't the mindset of some of these guys. I don't get it. And you're starting to see that more and more employers are going to demand it once it becomes officially approved. It's going to be demanded, which it makes perfect sense. Like why are we? You got to get this. Like I just don't know how else to say it. Like it's really, really, really important for as many folks to get it as possible. And that includes professional athletes. And if somebody's fears or concerns, now there are some people that have some, if there are some legitimate immunosuppressed situations, if you have immune system disorders, there are certain things that are legitimate and that would give you a reason to be concerned about vaccines. But most people don't deal with that. And so if you're not one of those people and you're a professional athlete and if you cost your team games, if you cost your team opportunities because you just didn't want to get vaccinated for whatever reason, I think the fans are well within their right to be furious at you.
Agreed.
Like, that's selfish. That's completely selfish on your part. Most of this is selfishness, honestly.
Yeah.
Like
I agree.
if you don't do it for yourself, do it for other people. You doing that
team.
Makes the world a better place. Just in general, it makes the world. It's one thing you can do to help all of us. The more people get vaccinated, the better it is for everybody. So even if you don't love it, it's something you can do. It actually makes things better for everybody. So I'm just frustrated with a lot of these the responses that we've seen and some of the athletes and the fact that you're still so many are holding back for it just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, what people gonna do though, man? Like for real though. I mean, like you said, we're at the point now who the people who have done it, they've done it, and the people who haven't done it probably won't do it. So I'm just glad that it appears that the world is opening up in spite of the people that haven't gotten it done. So if you want to go out there and wait on it or do whatever you want to do, you definitely have the right to do that. But I'm glad that we're opening things up and moving on. I walk into places with pride and snatch my mask off when I walk in. I went to go. My ex-wife works at a makeup store, and she was like playing the role of like the watchdog, the person who had to make sure people had a mask on. Like she confronts people about it. And I came there a couple of times and seen her do it. When they lifted the ordinance and they had the sign saying, it's optional, I walked in and just peeled my mask off in front of her. Like dared her to say something. And she was steaming. She was so mad.
I bet she was. Yeah.
Poor Gabe.
Well, one other thing, too, that we have to deal with is the Olympics coming up. And only 3.6% of Japanese people have been fully vaccinated as of Monday. 3.6.
Yeah, it's rough.
That ain't a lot. And
hey, stay in the bubble, USA.
Well, you're only 45 days away from the Olympics.
Is there a basketball team going down? I haven't heard anything about. Like what?
I don't know.
There's some guys who aren't going to go. There's definitely a few guys that aren't going to go. Lucas says he's playing for Slovenia. I know that much. But,
yeah. Who cares? You're gonna lose.
Dylan's still up in the air for Team Canada, so
I'm thinking about repping my set.
Dylan's definitely going to do it. He's out for sure. He's going to play. No,
Dylan
no
might
about
JV playing
on the biggest stage for the world to see.
Brandon Clark, come on, get Brandon Clark's coming in there.
The Canadian team might be good. Yeah, Brandon Clark.
Yeah, they got some good players.
It's gonna be weird.
I have to Gilgeous Alexander going to be able to
butt together,
be healthy. Hold on to your butts. We're done. Coming up next.
We out.
It is middays. Got all kinds of good stuff, including Cameron Kinley coming up. You'll want to hear from him. Everybody, have yourself a great Tuesday.